Hello and welcome to Penny for a Tale. We are here again for Necrobiotic with some interesting and new people, new friends, which I'm always excited about. Some of these people, actually, one of them I haven't even met, but he's amazing. You'll definitely get to meet him soon. But I'm Penny for a Tale again. I will be the machinist for this one shot of Necrobiotic. The scenario is called the Dance Macabre. So give you a little teaser, but we'll go around and let these fine people introduce themselves, starting with Panda.
Of course you choose me first, how dare you? Hi, I'm Soapy Panda. I'll be playing Ellie today.
Going up the Dwarf.
I am Deathbound Dwarf, and I will be playing Rhinor.
And finally, well, not finally, but second to finally, Chale.
Hi, I'm Chale, Chale Not a Mimic on Twitter, and I will be playing Misty.
And finally, Raine.
Yes, I am Raine. I'm Bring the Rain on Twitter and here on Twitch, and I will be playing Dario Rosetti.
And for those who don't know, today we are playing Necrobiotic, which is a game produced by Penny for a Tale LLC. It is a translated version of the Italian game El Granaggio. So if you are interested in checking it out, it is currently on the pre-launch page over on Kickstarter. Penny for a Tale / Necropunk is the current URL, but I assure you the title is Necrobiotic. We had to change that just last week. Or you can check out more information on Twitter at Penny for a Tale or Penny for a Tale LLC. So whichever way you'd like to do it, go ahead. It's definitely an amazing game, and we're about to show you how fun it can be with all these people who haven't played it yet. Which is going to be really cool. I pretty much grabbed, Panda grabbed most of these people out of the ether and then put them in the chair. So I don't know what sort of powers Panda has, but it's quite captivating the way she could just bring people. But I'm happy. I've played with some of these people before, and it's just super amazing, good time. For those who don't know, Necrobiotic is set in the year 2100, where the birth rate has dropped drastically and the amount of people who die has shifted up drastically too. So humanity is currently behind the walls of Florence, Italy. And only continues because they found out a way using advanced science and medicine to reanimate dead corpses to have them act as a labor force. So you will have what we call constructs working the farms, acting as butlers, maids, washing the streets and such in a city that is mostly abandoned but still taken care of, in the hopes that one day there will be a humanity for the city. Just outside, much of the world has been taken over by the wilds, or the wilderness, as we call it. And Florence doesn't really know how the rest of the world is doing. It's too dangerous. There's cannibals, and there's even rumor that there are constructs out there, rogue constructs seeking body parts to replace their damaged or missing pieces. It's just unfortunate that humanity has all the pieces that they need. It's a pretty unique system using cards, which we'll showcase throughout the stream. And for the first time ever, at least in English and maybe even in Italian too, we have a player using a tarot deck. Which I'm super excited because I love tarot decks, and anytime you can kind of put that in the game, I'm just heck yeah. But normally it uses a regular standard deck of cards. So yeah, I know it is a lot, but are you guys ready to hop into the world of Necrobiotic?
Let's eat this
Let's
week.
rock and roll.
I have nothing else to do.
I'm wildly
Yes.
unprepared for this adventure, but I'm ready.
I need my
Excellent.
I'm not built for this shirt.
Awesome.
I'm not wearing any
So,
pants.
hey, I don't think any of us are. Wait, I'm not. I can't make that.
I mean, I read the memo
That
for the
for
No
now.
Pants Club.
I thought that was
there
a
you go.
prerequisite.
I'm free balling.
Yeah. Yes. And this is why this is the best cast. Right there. If you are watching, you should not wear pants either. If it's more comfortable for you, of course. But here in the city of Florence, we have a nice rain that is kind of dripping over the stone cobbled streets. The city is a patchwork of buildings, almost like row homes, just kind of a little bit more archaic than what you kind of normally see in like an American city. They stand tall with lights, candles shining through the windows. Every now and then you can hear the kind of hoof beat against the stone as they move down the street through the fog. There's a slight kind of steam that comes and erupts from a canister attached and sewn into the back of a brown, tailored, leathered, skinned flesh construct as it carefully moves down the street, like robots that you see today, very rigid and clumsy, with a power soaker in its hand as it kind of washes away some of the grime and dirt from the cobblestones into the drains nearby. With all of that, some people are still trying to enjoy themselves. At a cafe, individuals are talking about another day of work, a nice 11 hours working the fields or researching more. Two individuals share a coffee as a particular construct pulls a sharaff, right? A little coffee mug from its chest cavity and kind of bends over the table and pours out the hot coffee and then returns it back to the chest cavity. And this is just kind of something everyone just accepts. As horrific as it may be to us, it is what humanity had to do in order to continue and survive. And that is the world that we live in now. So we'll hop on over to each individual and kind of just figure out what they look like and what they are up to. This is totally improv and stuff like that, so there are no wrong answers for you guys. And of course, I am going to start with, you know who it is, Panda.
I quit. All right.
What?
I'm out. No. So Ellie is a fairly short lady with jet black kind of wavy bob like this, kind of a handkerchief across her head, almost Victorian Renaissance kind of style attire. She seems to enjoy that, and is just completely engrossed in books and technology, and is just looking up everything that she can. I don't know, are we in the cafe?
I think that would be perfect. Are you someone who enjoys coffee?
Oh,
Or
I mean,
they
I
also
will
have
just,
tea.
I'm a yoink that mug out of the chest cavity, and I'm gonna take my tea out of that guy. Thank you.
Yeah, it kind of just nods to you, and you see that its lower jaw is removed, and in its place is kind of like a little speaker. So potentially it could say a few words, probably programmed into it, but all that's kind of coming out is like a garbled like. So it probably just needs some repair, but nonetheless, it kind of just walks down the hallway to grab like another carafe of coffee, since it was taken, and it will not do anything to Ellie. So I'll swing it on over to Raine, who's playing Dario.
Dario's an older gentleman, probably, well, midlife maybe. He's about 45. He is bald and has quite a long beard, and he's dressed in um, like a wool overcoat, but underneath that he's in some sort of uh, almost military-esque garb, and his head, it looks like he's got some sort of scarification on his head, like he might have had hair at one point, but not anymore. Um, and he's sitting out in front of this cafe, kind of watching back and forth and drinking a small cup of coffee.
Excellent. And going on over to Chale.
Make sure I'm not muted. I've been muted all day. Misty's around 5'6", 5'7". Long curly white hair. Yes, this is natural. Thank you. She's got a very bright blue dress on, about knee length, but it's longer in the back. She's got knee-high black boots on. The dress has got like real ruffledy short cap sleeves. And she's probably she's got a book, and she's definitely chugging that coffee.
Excellent.
Hardcore.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long day. It's no doubt. And Rhinor.
Rhinor may have already had a coffee because you rarely see him outside of his techno-powered armor. While it stands in the corner, it's got a large rhino horn on the front. The plates of the armor almost always seem like they're reshifting to like wherever he happens to go to provide the most protection for him. Just watching around the room, just kind of mindful. Voice always robotic, never, at least at now, is not speaking outside of his suit.
Excellent. And of course, we have a character from every archetype that we have in Necrobiotic. Ellie playing a technosophist who digs into the old life of electronics and drones and such. Dario is playing a militia who's in charge of enforcing as well as detective work and is prosecutor as well. Rhinor is also playing Rhinor is playing a technophont, which is basically like Iron Man steampunk, and Misty is playing an architect who knows how to reanimate dead corpses into constructs, and is also part of the Citadel of Science, which rules over Florence, since it's a technocracy. It's around this time, Misty. You see a horse-drawn carriage approach. And like everything else, the horse is sewn together with bits of steampunk pipes connecting the front of the horse to the back of the horse, and there are several threads attached to the carriage. Its eyes are red lenses, each one kind of almost like headlights, as it carefully moves forward, pulling this steel carriage forward, its large wheels kind of pounding against the stone cobbled steps as it goes. And out from such a vehicle is another architect. This one has the Citadel of Science official leather apron, which has the nice smell of burnt hair and flesh. Since the tanning floor is on the underground of the Citadel of Science itself, it's just something that a smell you can't really get off of you. And so most architects are kind of used to it by now. This individual has a very large and defined mustache, a slight beard, but very short. You can tell that he's having a little bit of difficulty getting down from the carriage as he kind of like places his hands on the little staircase and then carefully hops off the carriage, kind of lifting up from the weight. He kind of tips his hat and the door closes and the carriage is pulled forth by this construct horse. Its kind of red eyes doing a once-over of everyone in the cafe before looking forward. This little architect quickly moves over to Misty. Misty, are you sitting alone or are you with friends?
She's alone. She's doing research.
Excellent. Did you leave the other chair at the table, or did you move it to ensure that no one disturbed your research?
Wouldn't have even crossed her mind. It's still there.
Excellent. So this individual kind of slips on up to the chair opposite of you and clears his throat.
She's still looking at her book. Do you need a cough drop, sir?
Oh, thanks. I'm glad you asked. I'm actually here for you. And he pulls out a little piece of paper from his satchel. Misty, Doctor Misty. Yes. All right. Excellent. All right. So, Misty, hereby, by the Citadel of Science, you are obliged and are necessary in terms of attendance to go to a ball. Now, I assure you, it is not just a social gathering. This is, in fact, meant to speak to the other factions within the city. Much is resting upon your shoulders. I do believe the selection process pointed you out as one of the more charismatic and well-liked architects. That is also free at this hour, at such late notice. So.
I have a really adorable chihuahua that has the worst bark you could ever imagine.
That was totally cool.
So I have no choice but to go to this required ball.
Yes, it is. We're glad that you're enthusiastic about going. And of course, you will be compensated for your hours. Just make sure to log it in with the Citadel at your leisure, but not before the end of the night.
And it's not.
Yeah, there you go. I'll take that water now. Yes.
I didn't say water. I said cough drop.
Oh.
So I suppose you're going to be my date because I have to have a date for a ball, correct?
No. Oh heavens, no. I'm sorry. I'm just an intern. Really, I'm not at the social sphere that would qualify me for such an engagement. But we have gone ahead and picked you out several companions for this very endeavor who are in this cafe. Each one has been thoroughly researched. Their past dictated and confirmed would be a suitable match, or at least keep you safe for the night.
Awesome. Thank you.
Excellent. Shall I bring them over to this table?
Well,
yes. First one, you see that majestic man over there with the well-oiled armor, a face to behold like the sun. Huh? What?
There's so many.
You see him, right?
One? Point to the table.
That one, and he's like pointing at Rhinor. That one.
Rhinor will straighten up. It's like the plates start moving. Just all you hear is the hiss of the suit starting to move.
Yeah.
He'll just
That one.
He seems
heading over.
delightful.
Is he brilliant?
lights
Look
will
at him. Majestic in his own way. Yes. So this is your first. Here are the conscription orders, dear Rhinor. Thank you very much. You are to attend the ball with the architect Misty and ensure she survives the night.
You said I had a choice, so who are the other choices?
Oliver are part of
I
it.
like to explore my options. What about her?
It's just.
Is she on the list?
Yes, she is indeed on this. When I say choice, I meant you have the choice to respond enthusiastically or unenthusiastically. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to suggest that you had a choice in the matter. Same for you, Rhinor. You are conscripted as hereby by the Citadel of Science. Thank you for your service. Make sure that Misty stays in one piece for the most part.
I want her.
Which one?
The cute one over there. I'm referring to Ellie.
And you see like these two architects kind of looking at you, Ellie. Crap. Okay. That's actually in our papers. Ellie, it's a technophysicist, Misty. Are you sure you want her to join you? We have others.
I don't think you quite understand the situation. It would be odd for me to attend something like this with a man.
Well, fine. You can take the technosophist over. Just make sure you don't have a bad reputation. They seem to just touch everything.
I never have a bad reputation, thank you.
You're right. All right, Ellie, you're conscripted.
Conscripted?
Yes,
It means you
by
don't
the order
have
of the
a choice
Citadel.
here.
Exactly. Please join us at the table.
Oh, all right. And Ellie will get up and lift up the tablecloth and just be like, "Come on out, it's okay." And my little drone spider will leave from underneath the table and will accompany me over to the table with Misty and Rhinor. And she will kind of clear a space for like her books and her tea and everything like that on the table, and the little drone spider will like kind of curl up by her feet.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Look at this little thing. Could very well have been done with a hand. A hand is much more efficient.
Are you questioning my choices?
No, I'm just an intern. I am merely speculating. All right, moving on. So, Ellie, here are your conscription orders. You are to follow Misty and accompany her and keep her safe for the night. Excellent. One more individual. What?
I mean, I had plans for tonight, but okay. I can work it
No,
out,
your
I guess.
plans are gone. Here are the orders right here. And he hands over a large sheet of paper with the Citadel of Science emblem at the top. So as you can see here,
How exciting.
right here. It's yes, you are forced to do so, but you will be compensated.
So many things
Especially
I can touch.
if well, especially if Misty survives the night.
Why wouldn't
Okay,
she?
we need one. What?
Why wouldn't she?
We'll get to that. Don't worry about it. All right, one more individual. And he pulls from his list of paper. This man right here, as he points to Dario.
Another
You can see, like,
conscription
everyone-
order, I see.
Yeah, everyone else in the cafe, like, everyone is starting to trickle out, like they don't want to be picked. like just kind of trying to get out of here before he points at them. And the little one's like, excellent. Yes. Militia, individual, perfect for investigation, solving of the crimes and such like that. Dario, Rosetti, you are perfect for this endeavor. Come sit over here. You are conscripted, good sir.
Just to think, I was about to pay my tab.
Oh,
He
you still have to pay.
Takes some money out of his pocket and puts it on the table and meanders over. He doesn't sit down. He just kind of leans up against the back of one of the chairs, puts his hands in his pockets.
Excellent. And this little guy kind of gets up on the table, and he probably meets standing on the the chair. Rainor's like waist. She's like, all right. So you have all been chosen thoroughly, systematically, quite efficiently, you see, for a special rendezvous at a special ball called the Ball Macabre. And he looks around.
Sounds delightful.
All right. It's not delightful. It's the opposite of delightful. It's horrific,
Do you know
even.
what sarcasm is?
No, it escaped me.
Clearly.
Goes over my head.
I get it. That's very funny.
There we go.
Short.
It does say somewhere here, Ellie has a good sense of humor. So we have come to find out that there is potentially an underground construct fighting ring. And some of the aristocrats within society have been using them in morbid and unsatisfying ways. Now understand that each construct is necessary for the continuation of human society, and so when some are used for violence and potentially the harming of other constructs, it does humanity a great disservice. As so the Citadel of Science says. So we have you tickets, and he pulls out a black envelope and sets it before Misty. We have tickets for one Misty to infiltrate the ball where the aristocrats are in order to find out the oh man, it's gotten away from me. The construction where they're performing such dastardly deeds, and then you will report back to us. Am I clear?
And you want us to network and make new fighting things, maybe out of robotics, to fight in their stead?
Unfortunately, Ellie, this is Misty's mission. You're really an accessory to Misty, unfortunately.
Sorry, kid,
okay.
your arm
Yes.
candy.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. So, I think it's actually in your conscription orders, right here, section B. Yes,
Oh, you're
that's
right,
C.
it is. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. That's right there.
That's
Misty,
all right.
It's okay. Misty, you are to lead these individuals for the investigation. Of course, they are conscripted to not only help you in your endeavors, but to protect you as well, specifically the Rhinor gentleman. Any questions?
How much am I getting paid? How long is this supposed to take? When am I supposed to go to this ball? How much did these people get paid?
See.
I'll ask
The
rest
ball is
once we
tonight.
answer these.
The ball is tonight in exactly 30 minutes. The payment is the normal payment as prescribed by your occupations, and time and a half is what we're willing to provide. Of course, you can say no, but then I would have to throw you in prison, and it would be a whole thing because of the Citadel of Science. So we hope that you enthusiastically accept and perform your duties with the utmost care and, I guess, enthusiasm. I use that word twice.
Mm-hmm. You've had a lot to drink
Okay.
tonight, haven't you? To get this chipper.
Oh, it's been a very long day. I feel like it will just continue to be a very long day. I have several appointments to get to later on today, and other architects need my presence for things that are just part of the research that I have no care for, and it's just a lot. I'm going through a lot. It's a lot of pressure here.
Well, I recommend the coffee from here. It's really good. They're really good at not getting the flesh in the coffee, so you don't get that kind of like decomposing taste.
She has a point.
How long has the Citadel known about this?
Oh, the Citadel. I do not know. I am merely the messenger in this endeavor.
He just kind of pulls out the paper, the conscription orders, and just looks through it methodically.
Yeah, it's like it's like any other legislative paper or contract that like is a lot of BS. And then like there are of course the finer points, which are like, not responsible for your death or dismemberment. Your body is of course, as dictated by the Citadel of Science, property of the Citadel. You are not to, in the case of being set on fire, to do anything that would damage your body beyond the typical burns used with fire, etc., etc.
What are we supposed to wear? We only have 30 minutes, so I assume you brought clothing for us to change into so we would look appropriate for a ball?
So, I actually have a place nearby that does custom tailoring. They have a plethora of outfits that you may borrow at the expense of the Citadel.
Oh, that's so exciting!
Is my suit acceptable?
Yes. You, dear Rhinor, there are other technophants who sometimes act as a bodyguard late at night. It is frowned upon, but you will fit in nicely, as you are, you majestic person, you. Yes, Ellie?
If we're going undercover, we could get a tuxedo to go over the top of the armor. They might think you're a little bit of a heavier set gentleman, but at least that way they won't know. And then if they do decide to attack us for some reason, they're not going to know.
That's true.
She
so
has a point.
it feels like
he does have a giant horn.
I guess
We
it's
can
where
put a
you
bow
place
on it.
said
Somebody
horn.
there will have.
Yes. So it looks like my part of this whole endeavor is complete. You have your orders. You have your tickets. The tailors is down to the right of McFranklin's tailors. Tell them the Citadel sent you. Okay.
Do I have
Do you have a
to
map of the layout? Layout map.
I don't have anything else, unfortunately. It is it is something we have yet to infiltrate. And hopefully this one works out. All right, Misty, it was a pleasure working with you. I am off. I have other duties. Best of fortune to everyone. Ciao. And he kind of rolls
Gross.
off the chair and then scuttles out.
Well, this is fun, guys. It's nice to meet you all.
Pleasure. And the big gauntlet will come forward to shake your hands.
She'll shake it and then be like, "Have you considered making this like even more mechanical? Maybe with some things that could come out. Maybe we could incorporate the older tech into this. Maybe."
I'm open to ideas.
Well, if you want, I have these. I can make these kind of eye visors that can increase your sight and your ability to see things. I don't know if that would be something you're wanting.
Considering my situation, I would much like to have better vision.
Mr. DM, could I please make the greater vision binocular type things, please?
The secondary question, would that be for the mech or is that for the person in the mech?
I think it would be for the mech, I imagine. It says I need a mechanic. Do we have a mechanic? You're muted. You're muted.
You're muted.
No.
You serve as a mechanic in this function, so you're fine.
Oh,
so for
perfect.
this role, let's see, let me go to your sheet. I think electronic assembly works perfectly. So that's gear. So for you, since you're using a tarot deck, that is wands. So you get to play 2 cards for this endeavor.
Okay. Okay. So I got a 3 of swords and a ace of cups, so that's 4.
So you're looking for multiples of 8 or a suit that matches.
Yeah. So I've
So
got
you're playing
4.
Did we already draw cards?
which wands? Yeah. You should draw 6 cards at the beginning of play.
So I got
I mean, we totally did that.
It's fine.
So I got a 3 of swords, which was a which is the steel, and then I got an ace of cups, which is flesh.
And how many of
So
cups?
did you draw those randomly, or did you play those from your hand?
I just drew them from the hand that I had, the deck thing that I had from the beginning.
Oh, sorry.
So,
yeah, the
those
6
aren't
cards
played
at
at
the
random.
start.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
what am
so
I supposed to do?
Yeah, that's my fault. So at the beginning of the day, you draw 6 cards, and so you have a hand of 6 cards in front of you. I have Chale's on my desk.
And they're randomly drawn.
No, you only randomly drawn if you're out of cards, or you can
so I can
randomly
just
draw if. Yeah, you can just pick. You can always randomly draw if you don't have what you need. But for the most part, especially at the beginning of the day, you should have some combination that provides you with success.
Yeah, the 6 cards that you draw from the deck are at random. Like, you shuffle the deck and then draw the top 6 cards. Mm-hmm. But what you play into any kind of situation is all from your hand.
Yeah, all up to you.
So to draw the 6, I do need to shuffle.
Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That's correct.
No, you're
it's
fine.
my first time playing, guys. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
It's fine.
How dare
Yeah,
you
this is
not
everyone's
know how
first
to
time playing.
play this game we just learned
Yeah.
about 20 minutes ago.
1, 2.
Could you,
3,
Panda?
4, 5. I'm sorry. I'm trying to learn. Okay, so and then I can look at these. I take it I don't actually need the jack in the deck because of the. It's just the power, correct? Or do I need it in the deck?
You need the jack. Yeah. If you look at the your character sheet, your jack represents that other suit in value.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's spades, which is what is that?
So spades is wands.
Spades is
wands.
For the tarot deck.
Then I'm gonna go with. I mean, for this one, I just need wands, so I'm gonna just go with the ace of wands.
Perfect. So ace of wands, since wands are a gear, spades, if you were playing with a regular deck, that automatically is 1 success because it is the correct suit within that action. It's a gear represents the thing that makes you special, and Ellie's special thing is the ability to make something out of small parts and such. So describe how this looks like and what happens, Ellie.
So Ellie kind of reaches down to her little drone buddy and opens the small little compartment, and out just falls all of these little bits and pieces that she kind of scoops together in her hand, pops them on the table, and will, if you let her, use the helmet from your suit or whatever you use, and she will start kind of fixing in these little things on them which will help you enhance vision.
So at this point, his helmet upon that would just start to clink off, and he would lift it, and it would reveal a 60-year-old, early 60s-year-old man, bald, long gray beard, actually missing an eye. And
I'm gonna up the vision enhancing just a little bit more than I would normally.
And he'll just present he'll hold the helmet in front of you to do whatever work needs to be done. As the mech is holding it, it's no effort for him, just to keep it steady for whatever you need to do.
Yeah, she'll begin tinkering with it and getting something set up with some mechanical parts and things to help kind of enhance, almost like a video screen, almost like it can zoom and enhance kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So with that, you get a electronic binoculars. It has thermal vision. It can measure motion in space. It also okay, cool. So I think I can also connect it to a device that I have, so I can see what he sees.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet.
Do you
It's
tell him
probably
about
like
that part?
Yeah.
No.
It's like,
No,
it's
I do
fine.
not. Just don't go to the toilet.
So yeah.
And you see,
No,
he's
she-
a rather diminutive man.
No, she will tell him. She'll go. So anything you see, will come up on this device. So we can send you in and do all these kind of like secret things. I found some old tapes of these really cool shows where they're like detectives and they go in. They're like super cool. So you could be like that, and we can all watch on here. If that ever needs to happen.
It's probably for the best. Looking at you kids, probably the most expendable.
Oh,
And
no
he'll
one's
just put the
expendable.
helmet back on. You'll watch the rivets, everything start twisting back into place as it relocks. Yeah.
Yeah, and so in this setting, like you can, you always, depending on how long you're alive, you always look significantly younger than you actually are because of the advanced medicine we have. So, what's Rhinor's actual age? I'm curious.
He's about 95 years old.
My man. Looking good.
Looking good, my man.
I'm a big fan of he has one eye. Oh, let me see if I can make this just a little better.
Let me see if I can just. You're elderly and you have one eye. Let me just see if I can crank this up a notch.
Yeah,
She's made kind of like a monocle of like a monocle screen that just can zoom in.
Oh
and
yeah, because it's only that's
Yeah,
perfect.
I picture you
Little
building
edit.
it in like did you built it into like the eye sockets and everything's
Yeah,
That's
kind of
awesome.
like solder it on and everything and such. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, and you guys pretty much have the cafe to yourselves, except for like the cafe attendant who kind of runs the place, but really just makes his construct do most of the work. And he's
Every
just
time
kind of
the poor-
dreamily looking at a book.
Every time the poor construct comes by, she's just like, "Oh yeah, I'll take that, thank you."
Yeah, and it's
Another one,
since
please.
it only has basic programming, so like if you ever like stepped in front of a Roomba and it's trapped, it just goes back and forth. So it just like keeps going over to the large coffee, getting another carafe, and then coming back over, and then you take it, and then it's like, and then it just goes back. And
how far is this tailor we're going to? 'Cause we need
you
to
said
get
think it's
earlier
only
it
a
was
few minutes.
it was only a few stores down.
Relatively quick to get there. Are you going to go with the tuck
You,
side yet? I think you look dashing.
You guys go on to the tailor and get yourselves suited up. I've got something I need to check on.
All right, well, just don't be late or you know we'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna split up like this, while we're getting all suited up, I'll try and make some. I think they called them walkie-talkies. So we can keep communication with each other even when we're separated.
I can give you the frequency to my suit. You can speak directly.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Do you
sure.
want me to pick you out a dress?
Ooh, me or Dario?
You. Dario's not going. But you're
Well, that's
supposed to be
what I
my
mean.
date, so.
Oh yeah, that is the thing. Am I allowed to make stuff? Am I allowed to make things with this contract, or am I just meant to stand?
The
I
contract
will
just
tell if you don't.
dictates that you are an arm candy, but it doesn't say you can't do anything else.
Okay.
As long as your arm candy, do whatever else you damn well please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
Arm
mean,
candy
yeah.
with a rocket launcher.
Okay, well, if I'm gonna be your date, then yeah, you can pick out my outfit. I'll focus on making those things.
Do you have any preferences? And she actually perks up a little bit at this. Any specific
I
colors?
really don't mind. I quite like black.
Do you want
I
to
believe she's asking classy or slutty.
Oh, classy. I'd love to match though. That would be quite fun.
Do you mind low cut, or do you want like turtleneck?
I don't mind, you pick.
Okay, I will find you something just gorgeous.
And then Ellie
Rhinor,
kind of,
or-
as she's working... Sorry, Ellie, as she's kind of working on something, it takes a few seconds, then, like, realization comes over her face of what she's just agreed to, and she looks over the contract one more time, making sure it says it's like it actually has to do it, checking the seal and the stamp, and then it's like, okay, alright, just one evening.
Yeah, it's legit.
All right, so Misty and Rhinor are going down the street to the tailor's.
We skip.
Excellent.
No?
So I want to.
Rhinor does not skip.
Yeah, it would make some noise. A technophon's armor is pretty like beefy. It's almost like a miniature mech.
It's kind of like
so,
a
yeah,
war
no.
machine. No, it was kind of like
Yeah.
what's it called? That big one that Iron Man uses, the Hulkbuster. It's
the
Yeah,
Hulkbuster.
yeah, like the Hulk. Yeah. It's just like that would be very
That's
weird
awesome.
skipping. People might make noise
Yeah.
complaints. So Dario, what are you up to?
So I actually have an ability that allows me to gather information, specifically if I move through the slums. So I want to head to like the slums part of the city and just see if I can pick up on anyone mentioning anything about this fighting ring.
All right, go ahead. So
Maybe
the
if,
ability requires, I think, gears for you. So with every success, you get to ask a question, and like Powered by the Apocalypse, I answer it.
Right. All right. And let's see. I gotta go back and gears are spades, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. So I assume that I'll probably look for maybe like an informant or some kind of contact that I have, and see if I can pick up on it. And I'll just ask a single question. So I'm looking for 8 or the set, right?
Yeah. So spades or
Alright.
an 8.
So I'll use the 4 of spades.
All
And,
right. And what specific question are you looking for?
I want to ask, have you heard about these underground fighting tournaments that are going on? Are they legit?
Yeah. So your contact, we'll say her name is Eleanor, this fiery redhead mechanic wearing a tank top and kind of these cargo pants. She's currently underneath a carriage, specifically the horse part. Kind of with the bottom rib cage opened up, messing with several pipes and stuff underneath it in gears and such as you approach. She kind of places the wrench down, wipes some grease and maybe some like black goo from her face. Hey, yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, it's run by a guy named Chafe,
Chafe, huh?
an aristocrat. Yeah, one of those ones who can afford or has the strings to pull to get a construct in their house, maiden services and the like. Probably has too much if you ask me. The rest of us have to do the day-to-day affairs. If there's constructs to be had, they really should be done feeding the rest of the population, in my opinion. But hey, I guess where there's rich people, there's assholes.
I totally agree. A lot of the constructs that I see around here, especially in the streets and whatnot, or at least even in the upper parts of town, are not built for that sort of thing. You'd assume that they look a certain way, yeah?
Yeah, you assume so. I mean, for fighting rings, there has to be some sort of architect or something who's kind of spiffing them up. I mean, to make a construct with the ability to kill and harm is kind of antithesis for the whole Citadel of Science thing and the saving of humanity. But I've heard some horrific things. Horrific things.
Well, if you've heard something, there's got to be some sort of legitimacy to it, so it's worth looking into.
Yeah, if you can imagine going into a quiet room, you look up and there is a human skull looming down at you with this kind of mouth opened up with chainsaw buzzes kind of reaching out, 6 arms and legs crawling about and keeping it afloat, machine guns pointing out of different orifices, all sorts of mechanical nightmares. Its whole purpose in life is to take yours. It's I don't know, it's quite captivating for me. It's actually making me excited. The mechanical
I was
nature
about
of
to
it, of
say,
course,
Eleanor, you're doing a
murder.
really poor job of holding back your excitement, but you always had a way of painting pictures with words, so I appreciate that.
Oh my, Paul said if you're going to paint a picture, you might as well add color.
That's true. Have I heard that name before? Would I know?
Chafe?
Chafe.
You can give me a flesh roll, which signifies your kind of charisma and stuff to see how much you know about the aristocrats.
All right.
It doesn't look like you have any skills associated with it, so it's just 1 card.
Yeah, I don't. So it's just okay. So would this be a play from the hand or a draw from the deck? Not a draw because I'm not out of cards.
Correct, yeah. You just get it from your hand.
Okay, so then I'll do a 3 of hearts because hearts is flesh, right?
Yeah,
so that'll
correct.
match.
All right,
Give
so
me
that
1
gives
success.
you... Yeah. Chafe is one of the kind of aristocrats. So even in Florence during these dark times, there's always the have-nots and the haves. And this person is definitely someone with enough ties within the, specifically, the technophants and the architects to have certain pleasures, such as a nice living space, several constructs and kind of first pickings of constructs. A well-to-do family and such. Other than that, that he's a respected individual, you don't know much more than that.
Okay. I'll take that information and thank Eleanor and head back to the Taylors to try and catch up with them.
Excellent. While Ellie, go ahead and make another construction machination test.
Okay, so I want another gear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And gear is 1s. So lucky for me,
Yeah.
I'll use my 2 of 1s.
Excellent.
That bad boy.
All right, you can make your little walkie-talkies. They kind of burst into life. Probably like around the same time the construct like runs out of carafes to bring to you, and now he's just going back and forth, confused.
Oh, bless him. Every time he goes past, she just kind of like nods to him, and then even though he's like non-responsive, she'll just keep doing it out of respect.
Excellent. And we'll shift on over to Misty and Rhinor. You guys go down the street. And to your right,
Well,
because those places are closed.
Before we left, I did give 2 frequencies to Ellie.
Excellent.
So one is generalized. The second one would have been just something next to it with a, basically private, like kind of, if it's, our ears only.
Ooh, you gave Ellie a number.
Yeah. Well, she's so close to my age.
Yeah, right? It's about, yeah.
I'm 35. I'm 35.
That's
You're
almost
only as
90.
old as you feel, buddy.
He said we look younger than we are.
Yeah,
So what
this
are
is
you,
true.
15?
Well, she looks 20 then because she's 35.
There we go. One of those
There's never a
youngins.
world in which I'm going to be younger than her.
One day, next time we play, you get to be, and Panda will have to be the old lady. Yep. So coming down to the right, you see the tailors. This is the only place with lights still on. A little bit of electricity siphoned off for this little shop. If you remember Kingsman, it kind of has that entrance feel with several tailored suits and such done in an Italian style. The door is partially open with a little bell on it with any shifting kind of rings for an attendant to come in. Who enters first? All right, Misty. You step in.
I'll
There are
follow your
mirrors
lead.
everywhere. Mannequins stare at you, wearing different apparel. Some in dresses, gorgeous. Everything kind of reminiscent of Victorian era style. It's beauty in threads with variations of colors. Gorgeous. And artwork which lines the ceiling. It's kind of hard to gauge distance in this place just with the amount of mirrors. And as the bell rings, you hear a click as one of the mirrors opens up, revealing a very tall woman with a white dress and wide-brimmed hat. Hello. You're muted.
Is that what she
I
did
said
to
she's
that guy?
not 9
Holy
feet
crap.
She's not 9 feet tall, is she? And potentially
She
a
is. She's very
vampire?
tall. No, she's not a vampire,
Like
just 9
lady-
feet tall.
The master?
How tall am I in comparison to her?
Probably about the same height, actually. Yeah. Like that 10, 12, maybe a little bit higher, but yeah. Yep, she looks down at you,
Well,
Misty.
Good evening. It appears I have been summoned to a ball. I'm going to need a couple of dresses, please.
Is it for you or is it for your very big man there?
Well, he's welcome to wear a
And
dress if he
the
wants
armor
to.
will open up at that point, and then he'll come out. The same side that his eye's missing, you realize that he also does not have an arm on that side. He gets out, one for me, one for him.
Perfect. If I may, Mr. What is your name?
Sorry, Misty.
Misty. May I? And she kind of extends her hands to you.
Absolutely.
And she'll lift you up and... Yes, okay. That'll do quite nicely. And you can tell that, like, her elbow isn't actually hers. There's kind of a different skin tone from her arm and her shoulder, since she's wearing, like, the sleeveless white dress. A little bit on the elbow, like a kind of steel ball, would suggest that maybe part of her arm is steam-powered with a little bit of flesh wrapped around it. And especially with the ease in which she lifted you up. Yes. Okay. You as well. Your name?
And he'll provide measurements.
All right.
Also, Does the I assume that my mech has the ability to record?
Mhm.
Can it project a hologram or a? I do not
We'll
know
say
the
that yours,
capability.
yes. Yeah.
He will have project an image of Ellie. Also, dress will be needed
Nice.
for an individual of this exact size.
Slightly
Mm.
low cut and similar to mine, so that they're matching.
Something around the neck that reveals a classy window, since we may have to move in it quickly.
It can still be deep cut without being too much.
So you would like
If
it?
we have to move quickly, then we're gonna have to worry about leaving her behind, and I'm sure you have plans for her after we're done.
Well, only if she has plans too.
Well, I think I know just what you would like. Something sensual that tantalizes the imagination, that makes one wonder the exact nature of the feeling of a skin upon yours. That slight warmth in the kind of dance with a fingertip across the neck. Yes.
So the sided deal is paying, so please make sure you take out whatever kind of tip that you want and just say that's how much the dresses cost.
Well, you do give everything, Lady Misty. All right.
Waste not,
So-
want not.
And she moves over to a mannequin, and as you see, you realize that it's actually a construct. Its face, instead of like leather tan, has been kind of peeled back, so only the skull is there, but it's been kind of smoothed out to give that mannequin feel, as it kind of motions it to come over before you. And she starts undoing the bodice of this dress, revealing more of this corpse. Of course, all constructs have most of their bits taken out and repurposed for other things. So it really just looks like a mannequin, tanned and smoothed everywhere. But of course, with flesh and sewn bits together. I see you, Lady Misty.
I just
corset.
bits. Sorry. I thought you were
What?
talking about
What?
me. I thought you were talking about me. I'm
No.
sorry.
No, it's a mannequin. Oh man. She looks over. She's like, I see you, Lady Misty. A corset, low cut, accentuates, provides comfort as well. You don't have to sacrifice comfort for that imaginations. Yes,
And from the back, you hear tactical.
and tactical. That is just what I'm about to go on to. As you can see, it might not be the exact purpose I've made this quite contraption, but it is tactical. If you remove this thread on either side, the corset immediately drops in a quick motion, enabling you to tactically move about. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Yes, this is the one.
The corset goes right over, just like so. We shall pair it with what color? Misty, when you look up into a sky, what color do you hope it would be?
Usually blue, the deepest, blue, darkest blue you can possibly imagine.
Like the ocean, the depth of it. You must have some depth to you, Lady Misty. And so for that, we will pick a azure of some sort, something that matches the quality of your soul. Yes, and she picks out like a satin dress to go over and accentuate the corset. And for the tactician in mind, this dress can be hiked up, and when you hike it up, it actually stays up through various wires and such. Very tactical.
Very tactical.
Does this satisfy your needs? And of course, Rhinor, for men, it seems like it's efficiency and a slight bit of black and white, which seems to satisfy most. Unless you are a man of exquisite taste, then I have something else to show you, but I leave that up to you.
Why not? What else do you have?
Excellent. So, satin. And she moves a construct up, which is wearing a full satin one piece with ruffles on the sleeves in a very dark shade of purple. You can see here it does several things. First off, it lets one breathe. And she kind of pulls it a little bit. It's nice. It feels amazing. And the best part is it brings the eye down to the things people are most interested in. Like your eyes.
And he's definitely giving a look because he only has one.
Yeah.
I'll go with the traditional black instead of the white. Give me a deep gray.
Can we at least add
It's
a
what I
deep
can
cut to
comprehend
it?
with my eyes.
That is fair, dear sir. So, black and white for the amazingly majestic gentleman and his thick suit. And Lady Misty, of course, you provided this small little visage of... Who is this? Or is this the Sir's companion for this?
Oh no, the dress that you just made is for my companion to the ball.
Oh, and then what's yours? I was thinking it was for you.
Well, it's something nice too.
Well, you're fairly
Are you
more
a lead?
adventurous than her. Wouldn't you want more showing?
Do
Well,
you
I
want to
mean-
lead, or are you more submissive? Do you follow, or do you lead in the dance?
Lead.
You lead. And for that, I have something special. Very special for you. And she motions for a mannequin to come forward, and it is a very tight-fitting gold and with a little bit of blue jewels intertwined in it. Lacy going all the way down to the ankles, just kind of wrapping around in a very elegant way.
Oh wow, that's absolutely perfect. You are amazing.
Thank you. Well, I have done my duty. I have taken the measurements. I know these to fit you very well. I shall put them in boxes with bows, and you should take them out, and I hope you have a very tactical evening, Lady Misty.
Thank you, and don't forget your tip. Charge the dresses
Oh.
are double or something.
I never do. And she goes over and places each one perfectly in a black box with a black bow, and then gives them over to Rhinor.
And I will get back in the mech and then carry them using that.
Don't wrinkle Ellie's dress.
Of what?
So you guys
dress
meeting
there
back at
is.
the cafe?
Cafe is the place to be.
And then heading back to the cafe.
Yeah. So you guys all return. The cafe, of course, is empty except for a construct which keeps going around, lost in whatever programming it's in.
Whoa, hello, Raiders.
Hi, Raiders. Welcome
Hello,
to the Tales.
Raiders.
How
We
was your
have
game? I
Raiders.
hope it was great. Fade Cthulhu. We are playing another one-shot of Necrobiotic, this one called the Dance Macabre. We have just dressed each of our individuals and are now about to go to a lovely dance.
As the group return into the cafe, my little drone spider is just kind of following the the coffee cadaver, I'm gonna call him, who's walking back and forth, and it's just kind of following like a little dog that's very confused. On the table, you just see loads of bits of parts and these 4 different kinds of like they look like kind of like earpieces. That have a very like almost like skin colored kind of microphone attached to them, and she'll hand them over to you all very excited and be like, here you go, so if you speak we'll be able to hear if you hold on to it. So it's a very kind of like kind of tactical, kind of like incognito, no one will really know it's there, but then that way we can all kind of communicate worst case scenario. And obviously I have Rhinor's eye that I can look through as well.
That's
Seems
really impressive.
pretty neat.
Thank you.
Is Ellie wearing hers yet?
Yeah, Ellie probably is, yeah.
Over that secondary channel, you're going to hear a voice that just goes, "You're not going to be as happy as you wanted to be with this dress."
So what did you guys get? I'm really excited to see.
Oh, Rhinor, if you can hand me the box, please. I will give that to Ellie. I assume he hands it over, or no?
He's hesitantly like, and he will present the fabric that's supposed to be addressed to Ellie.
Ta-da!
Oh wow,
What do you think?
it's beautiful. Where's the bottom piece?
Oh, that is the bottom piece.
That's the whole thing. It's not the shirt.
No.
Oh,
no,
it's
the whole
wonderful. It's beautiful. I love it. Thank you. So oh, and a corset. Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Yes, it tactically falls off very easy.
dress.
Oh, that's
So if
great.
you need to run or something. And
Oh,
the
that's
the
perfect.
dress, you can hike it up and it stays hiked so that you can run or stuff,
Oh, that's great to know. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I will. Okay, that's great. Her like face is like bright red blush and like kind of looking at this very like kind of like, oh, okay, great.
You look stunning though. And
Yeah.
Misty will put hers on.
Speaking of things we found, I was able to speak to a contact of mine downtown and learned a little bit more about this dance we're supposed to go to. It does seem like there is an actual underground ring that's run by an aristocrat by the name of Chafe. And the only thing I could discern from that is he's someone that has definitely got the means to put something like this right in his backyard.
Well,
I should have known better than the Citadel putting us in another walk in the park, but hey, you can always hope.
they save all of their dirty work for us.
Yeah, more often than not. He'll get out of his suit, put on his new suit, minus the jacket. The jacket is not going on. He'll step back inside, dress himself dress his mech very nicely. Over the that secondary channel, the jacket's on the back of the chair, and left his the jacket for his person. He's only about 5'9", 5'10". Is actually over the back of a chair, off to the side. He did not put it on.
Panda has to deal with some shit. But yeah, for the rest of you guys, Missy, do you open up the envelope?
Yes, I will.
Excellent. Just inside, written in red on a piece of tanned flesh, is "Welcome to the Dance Macabre," and then it just provides an address.
I didn't hear anything you said. I think you were muted, or
No,
my
you were
internet
very
went
low on
crap.
that one.
Oh, I was really low. My bad. So, opening up the letter, you pull out a piece of tanned flesh that says "Welcome to the Dance Macabre," and right underneath it is an address here in Florence.
I suppose this is where we go.
Well, we've definitely taken longer. We're
we
going to be
have
showing
paper.
up fashionably late.
Sometimes it's better
If
to
you show
let the
up too
rest of
late,
them
it would
show
draw
up
attention.
first.
All right.
Whatever plan
Are
you
you
think
guys?
works best. I typically do research.
Well, we should probably start to head over.
Is the address
Let's rock and roll.
recognizable?
Not really. I mean, you know kind of where it is. Florence at least works on a basis of understanding, unlike some cities where it just kind of crisscrosses and you have no idea where the heck the numbers go up. Everything feels right. So you can get an approximate location, which is about northeast of within the walls of Florence, in the very well-to-do area. I assume you guys are
Well, I
heading
guess-
over, and do you take a
I guess
carriage
we'll
or
walk
do you
that way.
walk?
I'll
Suppose everyone's
walk.
taking a carriage.
Unless it's like really far out that way.
I mean, it's the other side of town, and it could take a little bit.
All right, yeah. I'll carriage it up.
Excellent. So one of you flags down one of the carriages, pulled by a great ox. Its horns have been carved off. Most of its face is skeletal, tan skin, with bits of steam iron pipe sticking out of it with every hoof. As it pulls a very large carriage with an open top. It's still foggy and the rain has dissipated, so there's just kind of a light bit of water coming down from like the edges of the buildings and such, and pouring down the streets here in Florence. You move through the city, which always feels quiet, despite the amount of people who still persist here in the city. You can go down streets where no one lives, and all you see are empty windows and empty streets, places that may never be filled. But every now and then you do see a construct working away on a wall, cleaning it, maybe leaving a building after vacuuming and sweeping, going off to do the same thing at the next household. Coming across to the district where the Dance Macabre is set to be, There's more of a goth architectural note. These places have been built up with beautiful golems and gargoyles staring down from their top pedestals, gazing down at you. One even has the visage of a construct, kind of grasping the edge of the roof, staring down with socketless eyes. And then it's there, right across the street of a cul-de-sac, which circles around a fountain. The fountain doesn't really work as well as it did in the past. The water barely trickles out of it. It's reminiscent of a woman with a large jug held between her hands, a little bit of water pouring down onto the petals before, and then finally into the fountain itself. You can hear the slight echoing of a violin being played and candles lit on every window of a very tall mansion, surrounded by a steel black gate. Two constructs stand in front of it, each wearing a little bellboy hat, red suit with a golden tie. Each has a mask sewn into their flesh to kind of make it look like they're smiling. This is the place.
As we
Even though
roll
we
up, I'll
can,
hop out of the
sometimes we don't.
carriage and help everybody, help the ladies down. And
Thank you, Dario. And Ellie is very clearly excited and very intrigued by everything that's going on. Just keeping it, like, looking at everything with, like, wide eyes and a big smile.
Yeah,
Thank
Rhinor
you,
will get out
Dario.
last, being in his suit.
Yeah, like the carriage kind of bounces up as you get off of it. Kind of makes a little creaking sound.
so is the gate shut or is it open?
The gate is open, and the mansion is about 4 stories tall, with about 4 windows across. And you see silhouettes of people moving about and dancing through the lace curtains.
Oh goodness, I hope we're
Well,
not supposed to dance.
Well,
I'm not a
I
good
can certainly
dancer.
show you. Do you know how?
Not particularly. Also, how what's our game plan here? What's our idea? So, Misty, you have the tickets. We all go in with you, and then what's our idea?
I'd imagine that we try to cover the floor, and I'll point over Rhinor, and just say he can probably see a good part of it while we have these. He points to the little radios that Ellie made, and we can
I'll tell
just
you what I can
talk to
see.
one another. Yeah, we can
Turns
talk
out you guys can only
to
hear
one
me
another.
outside the suit if I want you to, so they won't hear me speaking.
Okay.
That's good.
So, Dario, do you think we should split up?
I hate to say it, but we cover more ground that way.
Okay.
Maybe you two should stick together to keep this guise of the date, so to speak, and
I don't think they're going to
we
believe
can
I'm protecting you, Dario.
exactly.
Well, well, who's gonna try and? I mean, we need to find out where they're keeping them and what they're doing. So, we need someone to infiltrate or kind of work their way in.
I can move
As
around and see what I hear and keep you guys in the know. he points. He keeps pointing to the little radio.
Hopefully, you'll be a little bit more discreet. You're pointing to that thing an awful lot.
He tries to like hide the fact that he's actually excited about it. And he just kind of sits back for a minute.
Well, I'm glad you're putting it to good use. Yeah, we can talk through that. I think maybe an idea could be that we find someone who, or keep an eye out for someone who might have access to where they're being kept, and either take the keys or whatever they're using to get in access card, maybe, or try and befriend one of them and convince them to let us downstairs.
I like that.
We can certainly try that.
Okay. Well, Misty, do you think they know you here? Do you think they'll know who you are?
I'm sure they've heard my name before. A lot of my work has been published, so
Well, your
I'm
reputation
sort of required to be here.
I mean, would they think you're into the kind of whole illegal thing, or do you think they would be?
Well, now's the perfect opportunity to find out. I usually keep to myself, so no one knows a whole lot about me, other than what's been published.
Well, maybe we could play it that you've, heard about the goings on here, and we're kind of interested to see.
Or
We
maybe
could play
your
that off.
girlfriend's really into this, and you are along for the ride.
True.
If that
If it
doesn't
doesn't
work,
play,
you can
that
always.
if they don't believe that you're in on it, then you can always play the angle of, yeah, but I'm trying to get laid.
Tactical. It's tactical.
Tactical.
Tactical
approach.
If all else fails, Misty, maybe you could feign interest in possibly wanting to. I don't know if this is what Rhinor was alluding to, but being in on it, so to speak, that you want to create something yourself to get in on the ring.
Also, raid! Welcome, raiders! Lawful
Welcome,
Stupid
guys.
RPG, thank you so much.
What's
up?
It's the buddies.
It's lawful stupid. It's my friends.
Hey guys.
Also, welcome.
I
We are
know
playing
them.
Necrobiotic. Yeah, we are very tactical. This is a very tactical game.
Very
If I'm
nice.
using that
100%.
word correctly. Yeah, very, very tactical. Yep. So are you guys approaching?
Let's head in.
Excellent. So as you approach, each one of the constructs with the kind of plastic mannequin face sewn into the flesh, kind of in a very mechanical motion, pulls up a little, almost like a pill box, octagonal silver, very well polished, and with very kind of clawed fingers, opens it up, and it reveals several little pills inside.
I took mine this morning. Thanks.
I'm good right now, but maybe later this evening.
I will take
the hiss
one,
over the
but
speaker would be. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I take one and say thank you, but very quickly turn away, and almost as if she's just heading in, as if she's taking it, but she hasn't. Obviously, she's very trying to discreetly, like, thank you.
Rhinor will
Like,
actually
and luckily,
robotically will be like,
go ahead.
I'm working, maybe on the way out.
And it closes the box and kind of shifts it in its suit and motions for you to come on in. Going.
Rhinor, are you leading the way here?
Okay.
No, I am the bodyguard, so I am standing behind Misty and Ellie as they saunter in.
Okay, I'll be in the back.
Yeah.
I link arms with
Thank
you.
Misty and
I'll give
we
Ellie my-
saunter in.
I'll give you my arm to
Nice.
hold on to.
So,
Now,
go ahead, Ellie. Or
I was just gonna say, with this pill, do I know what this could be? Does it seem like something I've seen before?
So actually, this would more so you don't know, Ellie, what this could be because this is kind of more pharmaceutical. But Misty actually has the means to figure it out if she would like, because you do have the ability. Let me pull it up.
I want to know what my drugs are. Tell
Yeah,
me my drugs.
advanced medicine or
Tactically
emergency
take those drugs.
pharmacology.
Tactically.
Yeah, you're just like can like lick it, get a nice sense of it, maybe smell it, figure out the contents of it to extract what it could
Oh.
be tactically.
Crush it, snort it,
Tactically
you know how it
lick
goes.
it.
Crush
and
it, get it
smell
in there.
Just lick the tip of it.
Okay.
yeah, just
What's
a
this
little
shit
bit.
rated again?
All right, so let's see. Gear is what you need to play, and gear is spades. Now I have
Spades.
your deck right here in my
Mhm.
hand, and I will say you can have up to let's see if you play. You can have up to 3 successes if you want. I will say 1 success will provide you what it is. 2 successes can kind of give you a hint at who created them. But I leave that up to you.
2
All right,
successes.
so you play 6 of spades and a 5 of spades. Each one are within a suit, which gives you 2 successes. And because 6 plus 5 gets you above 8, that's another success for actually 3 successes, which is perfect.
Nice.
So with all of that, like very skillfully, how do you check it out? Is it tactically or is it something else?
Well, you know, Misty's super tactical, so I am going to definitely inspect it closely, like put it in my mouth, swirl it around, spit it back out, smell it, lick it, and then I know exactly what it is.
Perfect. So this is kind of it's a serotonin boosting substance. It is a it is like the best feelings you get when you're drunk without the negative consequences. Like you still have the wherewithal to understand what's going on. You don't like leave any faculties behind. You just feel like a burst of happiness within your head as like those chemicals are unleashed into your brain, which kind of provide tantalizingly pleasurable warmth to you. Yeah. So it just kind of makes you upbeat. You with your successes, you know that this drug has been kind of going around the farms outside. I mean, life as is isn't great. The mental burden of it can be quite difficult for social engagements as well as just to enjoy things. And so this drug kind of helps you get past that.
And I will relay all of this to Ellie. So they're not that bad.
Okay, cool. So it's just, probably an illegal drug.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely
Yeah,
illegal.
the Citadel of Science believed you should accept facts, move on with your life, not enjoy leisurely activities and leisurely drugs, which kind of distorts your perception of reality.
So I guess
I'm gonna
we
take
should
my pill,
all...
by the way.
You're taking it?
I'm
Yeah.
Ellie's going to use the con system and just say, we should probably all pretend that we have taken this. So, best behavior, giddy, happy.
Over to the
I took it for
conjurer.
real,
I don't
so
have
we'll
to
see what
pretend to do
happens.
anything. I'm working. Bodyguards aren't allowed to have fun.
Well, you okay? And
So you guys
Ellie's
go
gonna.
up the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Going up the stairs, the doors open automatically, and the first thing that you smell is, and how to describe this? If you've ever been to a prom or a dance, if you've ever been dancing, right? There's that smell of sweat and the intermingling of bodies. There's that heat that is kind of almost like humidity that hits you just because there's no way to fully like vent everything that's happening in this domicile. There's music that kind of filters through the air in and out, but it's kind of emphasized by laughing, giddy, and excited mirth all around you. You see constructs moving about with those same mannequin-like faces sewn onto their skulls with smiling faces and top hats, moving around with clear champagne glasses with little olives sticking out of it. There are hors d'oeuvres of cheeses and crackers, as well as apples freshly sliced from the exterior walls in their farms. People are enjoying themselves via conversation, debates, aggressive dancing. Everyone seems to have a beautiful time with marbled tactical dancing with marble flooring and crystal chandeliers, paintings of the most gorgeous and sensual nature on the walls.
First thing where it's going to go is how many other power armors do I see around? Do I see anybody that's openly armed? And how many of them?
Yeah, so from your vantage point right here, you notice there is one technophant in the corner. He's wearing a live powered suit. It's more kind of contorted to his body, wearing kind of a half-shaved head with his hair kind of parted to the right, dark skin with white eyes. You see that there is a hilt of a sword poking out of his power armor. The thickness of it is several feet long. It's definitely a sword that can only be wielded by someone in Technophant armor.
Secondary question, do I know or recognize this individual?
Ooh, let's do a blind test to figure this out. So I will say, if it is a heart or a spades, you do know.
Yeah, I have 2 hearts. So is that 2 successes?
So this is just a blind pick, kind of a luck roll. Instead of using the cards in front of you, you just draw from the deck and see what that card is.
All right. No, it is not. It is a diamond. So.
All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, you've probably seen him around. You know that he's a technophant, but you guys have never been in the same squadron.
All right.
But you definitely see him
over comms. Be like one other armor, sword.
Yeah,
I'll
you
motion
kind of see
to
his
where
eyes
and
wander
say,
over.
Beware.
Ellie's gonna kind of walking with Misty. Sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say, are the 2 of them friends? Have they met? Maybe we could get some information?
Rhinor?
We are not friends. We are not friends.
Misty, maybe we should kind of move around and try and listen into conversation, see if anyone mentions anything that we can pick up on.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe towards the middle of the dance floor? There's
okay.
a big group of people through there.
Yeah, I feel like if they would be talking about it, they might be around the sides, but okay.
That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to head over to the side and look for somebody that's maybe bringing a tray of drinks.
See, we got the side covered.
Okay, great. Thanks,
I'll head
Dario.
towards. I'll head to your 4 o'clock. Be against the wall just in case you need me.
Excellent. Yeah, going to the dance floor, you go underneath the marble staircase. It expands into a circular room, one of which that kind of shows a beautiful garden in the background. Each rose in the back looks like it has been altered, and it is black in color with slight bits of velvet interlined. People dancing. And it's more of you feel like the violin mixed with kind of a deep bass rumbling through your soul, like with the same kind of beat of your heart, almost a mix of like Renaissance classical and modern day techno, kind of thumping, and you even see the chandeliers kind of glittering in the ceiling as it vibrates. People dance in a close manner, arm to arm, elbow to elbow, back to back, chest to chest, in a dance which kind of feels like two people swimming together in water. It's a lot cooler here because the doors are opened up into the garden, and there looks to be about 15 individuals dancing underneath the chandeliers with the glittery lights kind of reflecting off the marble ground. There are people on the outside, people with timid eyes. Some might even be tired or just gazing off in the distance, each one probably wrapped up in a memory. But it just looks like a lovely time. You can see the moonlight just over the walls outside, that far outstretched into the wilderness.
It's at least really gorgeous in here.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I really don't know where they would be hosting these battles. Are we in the right place?
Either. Does anyone look suspicious? Does anyone look like someone we need to dance closer to and listen to?
I mean,
You
everyone
can give
here
me a
looks kind of
perception check.
suspicious.
I can make a what check?
Perception check.
Are we doing the...
Yeah.
I want to do a perception check.
Perception check.
Wait, hold on.
All right.
I'm
So
not drunk
perception
enough
is
for this,
based.
okay?
Perception is based on Steam, which is your mind. Since you're an
Ooh, that's
architect, you're
already
actually
success.
trained. So you get 2 cards.
May I join for
You
this?
can. Yeah, you guys can each make your own roll for this, and we'll see kind of what everyone gets from their stuff. So for Misty, I can get you 1 success, just 1, but it's good. So I will play that and put it in your discard. So does everyone else.
This
got.
is, you said it was Steam?
Yep. Oh, actually, I can give you 2 successes because you can put down 2 cards. So Misty has 2 successes.
And Steam for me, I believe, is Pentacles, which I don't have any, so I want to add up to 8, which I... What would my Magician card do, my Jack?
Oh, your Jack, that's a crit. That's like you get it. That is
Alright,
like your
I'll-
one like special thing.
I'm going to use that then, because I think it's important to be able to find who we can.
Excellent. And how about Dario and Rhinor?
So Steam, what suit is that again? Is it clubs?
Yeah, clubs.
Okay. And if I'm not trained in it, I can only make 1 play?
Correct. Yeah, 1 card.
Okay. 1 card. So at that, I'm just going to throw this on it. 6 of clubs.
All right. Excellent. So, and Rhinor
That's a 3 of
has.
clubs. The 3 of clubs,
Excellent. So it
Captain
looks like-
America. I'm using a Civil War deck.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
It's perfect.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Especially for your character. Yeah. So it looks like
Great.
Rhinor and Dario got 1 success. Misty got 2 successes, and Ellie played a critical. So for Rhinor and Dario, what are you two looking for specifically?
Raynor's looking specifically for anyone that's having any interest in Misty or Ellie.
I am looking specifically for people who might be wandering to other places other than the dance floor. Seems like where we're at is the focus is on the dance floor. So I want to see if people are like going down a hallway or going into a door and there's more than one person, you know.
Yeah. So, for Rhinor, there is a couple, 2 women on the dance floor dancing, whose eyes have drifted over to Ellie and Misty with more than a passing glance. For Dario, you can tell people going in a direction that seems like a dead end is kind of heading out into the garden, but to the right. But you never see them return, so you don't know exactly where they're going, but you know it's kind of in that general direction. As we tactically dance, and Misty, what are you looking for?
Anybody that looks suspicious, that looks like they have.
You've discovered the room. Congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
Everybody.
Sus.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, just sus. Okay, they look sus.
You're looking for the normal people in this room because everyone here is sus. So for someone to look normal
Yeah,
and not
there
on
we
drugs
go.
is the sus one here.
Yes.
There is a man who is twitching in the corner of the room, biting his nails in such a manner that you can almost see a little bit of blood trickling down from his lip onto the floor. This person has several tattoos on their head, very kind of reminiscent of a circuit board, and kind of looking around. What is another question you have since you have 2 successes?
I will definitely point that out to Ellie. Do I notice the 2 ladies watching us?
Yes, with the other success, you can notice that their eyes are passing over yours.
Holy heck, raid
And
number
over you.
3?
Oh,
Bring in
snap!
the
Raid
party
number
bus.
3, Party White
Nice.
Games. That's my people. Woo woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
What up, guys? We are dancing and chilling,
Woot.
tactically dancing.
Oh yes.
Everything we do is now tactical.
Very
It doesn't matter.
tactical.
Excited to play with you guys soon too. Party Wipe Games. Party Wipe Games is amazing. If you haven't checked them out, do so. Rindis, who is head of Party Wipe Games, they are in my Trudvang game as well, which is amazing. Wow. So Ellie, you got the crit. What do you want to
baby, I
know?
did.
What's that special thing that ties it all together?
That's special stuff. I want to see someone talking about these things, maybe looking like they're handing out invitations. Even better, maybe hearing some conversations as I'm like dancing tactfully and stuff. And not only that, I'm just kind of interested to see if there's some people that are like, you know, kind of look like they're probably into, you know, the corpses fighting, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Since you critically succeeded, I'm going to give you an offer. I can give you a strong tie, but it will be dangerous as well.
You know what? I'm feeling risky. You feeling risky?
You feeling risky?
Give it to me. Give it to me. Give me that strong tie.
The strong tie comes with a strong hand, yet soft, against your arm, grasping your wrist, and kind of pulling you away from Misty. You
Okay,
get twirled
interesting.
around, and you see before you a very pale woman with long blonde hair, which kind of trickled over her shoulders. She's wearing a very tight-fitted dress, much like Misty is, but this one is of gold, like little gold leaves, and there's even a tree of knowledge motif to the whole dress about it, with one singular red ruby on her side symbolizing the apple. Her lipstick is gold with bits of silver flecks, fingernails gold. She has even gold eyes.
Tramp.
As she takes you and glides you across the room, twirling you about and bringing you into this enchanting moment, leaving poor Misty alone on the dance floor.
Tramp.
From my vantage point, am I watching this happen?
Yes, and I will say so. Rhinor, specifically for you, you have seen some horrendous things. Outside the wall, things aren't as safe as they are here. You once saw a comrade being scooped out of his power armor. The cannibals don't really understand exactly how the techno armor works, but they know how to remove the helmet. And much like a turtle, they know that if they take a spoon and a knife, that they can start scooping up bits of flesh from the power suit and consuming it over a week. And you've seen that. It kind of haunts your memory. And right now, the same way your like back of your hair on your neck stands on end whenever you're out in the wilderness, you have that same feeling, almost like watching a predator when you stare at this blonde golden lady moving across the dance floor with them.
Inside over channels, I'll be like, Ellie's been grabbed. Then directly to Ellie, I'll be like, I'm en route to you. And I'm going to start moving around the wall to get as close as I can to them without being rubbed upon by dancers in an awkward fashion that will make me uncomfortable.
I was going to say, do I
That's
seem
fair.
to be led off meaningfully, or is it more like she's like, want to dance?
Oh, she wants to dance. You're kind of twirling about like moon surrounding the dance floor.
I was thinking I'm like, I love your outfit. So nice.
She looks like a tramp.
You look wonderful.
Can we speak in private, mademoiselle?
Of course we can speak in private, she says, while like playing with her hair but activating the talk thing. Of course we can speak in private.
Nod your head if you can keep this line open. That doesn't help. She's been doing that the whole time.
Shake your head if you can keep the...
Put your hands
Stay
up in the air
completely
like
still.
you just don't care if you can leave your line open.
YMCA, if
Thank
you think you can do it.
So with this all going on, I'm going to turn around and head back that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And Misty,
I
what
will
are you
follow
doing? You're following the golden lady?
Oh, Misty's following because she's not even dancing. Like, I'm just walking, trying to be inconspicuous, but I am clearly pissed off.
Yeah, it's like people bumping into you, and you're like, God damn it.
Get the fuck off of me.
God damn it, Reggie.
Blend. All you hear
Fucking
over the line is
harlots.
blend in there, mama bird, blend in.
They stole my date. They stole my date. It's a tramp in gold. I repeat, tramp in gold.
Your
Suspect
conscripted
looks like
date has
a
been
hussy.
taken. Keep your cool.
Definitely a hussy.
I advise one.
So she leads Ellie out into the garden. kind of following the edge of the marble mansion, her hand carefully kind of gliding over the ridges and the gold etchings into it. Her other hand kind of making smooth designs over your hand as well, Ellie. She turns to you and walking backwards, you see behind her that there are several constructs in a corner. Kind of back to the wall, staring forward, and she's walking backwards towards it, her eyes looking at yours. Mon cher,
Where?
you have the tantalizingly visage of someone who's not only capable with her hands, but can be quite rough with it at times.
Oh, whore. Whore.
I mean, I love because she's keeping the line open, and then so that everyone can hear what she's saying, but then she's also hearing back in her head like, just like, thank you. You too. Where are you taking me?
Well, I assume a girl next door like you would like to come with me to the real party.
I was hoping someone would ask. Yes, please.
Excellent.
So it's right over here in the garden by this one wall that has this particular flower on it to the right of this door, yes?
Yes,
Rhinor is
we
also
are
still moving around towards where she is obviously a plant. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like the golden lady like raises an eyebrow like,
This garden
Okay.
is absolutely stunning.
not as stunning as you.
Stop it. Stop it.
Now come,
Stop.
compliment
Yes,
me.
do stop.
Okay, I'll come with you.
No, compliment me, tantalize me.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said come with me. You too are...
No, that will be later.
Oh, a golden ray of sunshine in the bright of morning, lighting up the sky.
They better not
Breath
get anything
smells.
on my jacket.
Yes, I think you will do quite nicely.
Rhinor, do you see?
Come.
Can you see them? What's going on?
Too much.
Can I use the infrared that she installed
Yes.
through the wall?
Yeah, that's perfect. So it's kind of difficult because the dance floor leads outside to the garden, and then to the right around the wall, that's where they're headed. So Misty, in order to kind of stay out of sight, would have to be pressed against the dance floor wall, kind of looking down the garden. But with your thermal, you can kind of follow and track their movements. Just have to stay away from the dancers because they're quite hot. But you do see, because... you can see a little bit of the construct's vapors coming up from their steam. But then you see several pipes coming from them into the house itself and then leading down, suggesting that maybe there's some sort of trap door or something, some ventilation system puffing out the hot air from down below.
All right, anybody want to take out some constructs to get below? Looks like there's a path through some exhausts. Misty, should I switch over to being bodyguard for Ellie and see if she can use that to get me down there with them?
Yes, get that harlot away from her. She looks dangerous.
Use excessive force. Go.
Ellie,
Excessive
bring up the
force.
fact that your bodyguard will be looking for you. You're not allowed to go too far without your construct.
I do have one favor to ask before going with you.
Of course.
I have
Sure, she likes
people
straight legs.
accompanying me, and they would love to see this. Of course, I mean, as long as they know where I am, I can kind of go off and do my own thing. But if I just disappear, they'll be wondering where I am.
Oh, we don't want them to be worried. Come here. I will take you to them.
To my friends?
Yes, of course. And you feel her start to wrap her hands around you in a hug.
I'm afraid.
So, make a steal roll.
Me?
Make a stab roll.
Oh gosh. Do I have
So,
anything steal?
you need 2 successes to eliminate all the consequences. Even 1 success would eliminate some of the consequence.
I can make a 8 out of a 5 and a 3. I don't have any of swords, so I can't use steel. So I can only do 1 success.
Right. Well, you can only play 1 card unless you're trained in it. So let's see what you got that might help. You do have athletics, which definitely lets you play 2 cards in this way.
Okay,
so
cool.
you've worked out.
I would...
You're pretty well built. So you get 1 success, and you feel a slight pinprick down just below your rib cage. And then kind of like a drowsiness starts to overcome you. But what do you do to kind of push back the immediate sleepiness that would knock you out? But you're able to kind of hold on. You're still sluggish, but you're at least awake. What do you do?
Ellie has fitted. She has long nights of staying up and researching. That she's kind of fitted a fake tooth that she can knock off, and underneath it gives her a slight electric shock to keep her awake. And
Nice.
Feeling this drowsiness, she does that to herself to give her like a little bit of a little burst. Nothing dangerous, but enough to kind of wake her up that she can kind of move away. You know.
Yeah, you still feel sluggish, but you're like you still are awake. And she smiles at you as she places both hands on your arms.
Do you alert us?
I mean, at this point, I would actually reach for my air taser, and I would try and take some distance from her.
Are you gonna try to hit her with it, or just back up and like back off?
How drowsy am I feeling? Am I feeling like I'm about to pass out?
Oh yeah,
or do I just feel
you have to continually bite on that tooth. Like this is 12 hours straight day trying to do your homework. It's horrible.
Got you. Okay.
Have we stumbled on this yet?
Not yet. So
I'm
you
trying
guys,
to see what I know with my thermal.
Yeah, like Rhinor can see that the two have kind of intertwined, but through thermal, there's kind of no other suggestion about what's happening. Misty and Dario, you guys are kind of still in the dancing area. You can't come out into the garden without them immediately knowing, but you can kind of see poking around the corner every now and then. But it's still hard to see because all you see is Ellie and the beautiful dress, which encompasses her.
I will reach down with the air taser and with the other hand hold my head, and activating the comms, and we'll just say like, "You drugged me?" And then, depending on what she looks, does she look like smug? Does she look relaxed? What does she look like?
She looks curious and awaiting orders.
I would shoot
Rhinor,
her with
roll
my
out.
gun.
All right, shoot her.
And
I would shoot her with my air taser.
What are you saying?
It's
Rhinor?
2 damage plus stun.
So
Perfect.
at the you tried to drug me, Rhinor's gonna come out and be like, and he's gonna be like, "My lady," like, oh, so you hear over his speakers, "My lady, where are you?" And he's gonna start moving in their direction.
Start heading over there.
Look, he's gonna use his axe yet, but he's probably gonna use his axe.
Yeah.
So right now he's moving towards them. He has no reason to alert the constructs yet.
You drugged me in the garden next to that one rose flower on the wall to the right of the door.
You're being oddly
You drugged
specific
me
in this.
to the left of the fountain. You drugged me here with the lady in the white dress with the golden things to her. You drugged me.
This is the greatest.
Oh,
Misty would be headed that way.
So like hearing this,
Best
if
fight
I'm in
ever.
like close range of Misty, I'm gonna like grab her and like just get through this crowd.
Excellent. And Ellie, go ahead and you just need one success to try to take this person down because they're not really expecting you to still be up and at them.
I mean, could I use flesh for this at all? As
You
like a
can't use. You probably could have done it earlier, but I think at this point in time, she kind of suspects you might do something.
Okay, I cannot. I only have 3 of cups, which is flesh. Do I draw random or do I just fail?
You blind pick, and did you take the one where you get to draw 2 for blind picking?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, so normally you would only draw 1, but you get to draw 2.
Okay. Okay. That's actually kind of perfect. So I got a 2 of cups and a 6 of pentacles, so that makes an 8.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, so it zaps out, hitting this woman. She takes 2 damage, and it's done, and she just kind of like falls down, her eyes rolling in the back of her head, her hair being a little frizzled by this whole thing.
We both just fall. Like,
yeah. You see like a couple who had been making out next to a bush with roses and such, kind of peer over, and then they just resume. Like it's like whatever. And this is just in time as Rhinor, Misty, and Dario kind of turn the corner, seeing both Ellie and this golden lady fall back from each other onto the grass.
All right, we better do something about this body.
Throw it in the bushes?
Yep, throw Ellie in the bushes.
Will just, Rhinor will.
I didn't know which body they were talking about.
get up, you have work to do. You're a construct now.
Yep. Oh well.
So he will pick her up and hide her inconspicuously, tactically in the bushes.
We are really stretching the use of tactically. I don't know what it means.
Oh yeah, we are. Nothing we've done. No.
I'll
Run
to Ellie, I guess, to make sure she's
yeah
alive because I have no clue what's happening.
Yeah, just kind of toss the golden lady into a bush obscured by the foliage and picking up Ellie. Yeah.
I take it by this point I'm probably unconscious, or am I just still drowsy?
You're still drowsy. You've definitely, with your 1 success, you are not going to go to sleep as long as you keep biting on that thing. So
okay,
you're fine.
I'm just constantly like being electrocuted.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I'm just constantly getting electrocuted. Nice.
Yeah. Tongue on tooth. So if you have a list, like she drugs me.
She's such a bitch. I'll kick the body.
I think she was gonna take me to the place we needed to go, but I asked if my friends could come, and then she stuck me with a needle.
Well, you kind of were sending out a lot of signals given the chatter over that comm. She was probably suspicious.
I'm not good for this. I've never broken the law. I don't lie.
I'm in the garden next to the rose, next to the
to the rose. This is so pretty.
Yeah.
Well, I also know behind those constructs is a way we can get down, or at least the 3 of you can. I don't think my mech can fit through that. Where was she taking you? Did she give you a direction? Did she point towards something?
Well, she led me over here. I presume we were just gonna keep going.
All right. Well, we can continue.
Can I do some kind of like tracking to see if
wrong
anybody has
with your
gone through
tracking?
there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do tracking.
Okay.
Sorry, Rainer. What were you saying?
Oh, he was asking Ellie, what's wrong with your mouth?
She drugged me, and I have like a electric thing I put in my tooth. It's the only thing keeping me awake right now.
So I say we take the body, we use it
Hair
as a
starts going
sled,
static.
and just go down the stairs.
What did she stab you with? We could just take it. Misty, can't you figure out what she used? Maybe you have something for it. Her body's literally right over there. It's not even that hard to get. I'll just pick it back up, put it back down on the ground.
It's like a needle. I don't know what it is.
Just pick her up and I just put her down again. If she looks
I
like she's
only
coming to,
stunned
I'm gonna
her.
flick her in the head to knock her unconscious.
Yeah.
She's
I'm gonna try to
only
figure out
stunned.
the poison.
Yeah, looking around at her body, Misty, there is a horrible realization. This person is not alive. No heartbeat. Not the same type of warmth you're used to when you've touched Ellie. Different. This is something taboo. The earlier constructs looked more like this, more human-like, but people just couldn't handle it, which is why they did the tan skin. They remove all the things identifying a person, but this beautiful creature laying down is a construct, a well-programmed construct, but a construct nonetheless.
So the harlot's definitely a construct.
Do
All
you
right,
think
two
she was
questions.
starting
One,
to embalm me?
oh wow, that went somewhere quick. One, did we find whatever she used on Ellie? And two, can we use her for parts? Because Ellie could probably make something out of her real quick that might help us.
Misty,
Like
you
a belt.
can program. Well, you could reprogram her if you'd like.
Yeah, Misty's the one who does the zombies. I make things out of mechanical parts.
Well, if
I
we
think
can
for
deal with the zombie, then maybe we can have her still take us to where she was going to take you, as long as where she was going to take you wasn't Pound Town.
That's also illegal.
I want every game that Panda's in for her to talk like that. I think that's just necessary from here on out.
You want my tongue on my shoes to just be how I talk from now on?
Yep, this is you.
Just for
Totally
you,
from
okay,
you.
just for you.
Yes, always. All right, Misty. So you do have the capability of having 3 successes, manipulating and reprogramming this construct. Would you like to use all 3?
Oh yes. Let's go to town.
All right. So it's pieces of flesh that you kind of peel away, little seams, and kind of almost small little gears underneath it that you kind of shift and move about to program it. Then all it takes is kind of putting the flesh back on, and you see her eyes point, look at you. Yeah. There's a smile on her face. What did you program her to do, Misty?
I want her to follow orders, our orders, my orders specifically, and to tell us everything she knows. Who made her, why she grabbed Ellie, why she poisoned her, everything.
She nods. Of course. I wanted Ellie because her skin is so smooth. Her figure, the perfect figure to be used for the fights. People aren't just interested in the ferocious They're into the sexy, the femme fatales, if you will. And with that comes the inpouring of more funds for the Chaff family. Also, Ellie appeared to be quite simple, easy to manipulate, and easy to kidnap.
Every
Okay, that's
time
just
I
rude.
think, someone's into me, they just want to skin me. What is going on?
I don't want to skin you.
Well, she did say you had nice skin, so that's a compliment, I guess. I'm not very good at being sympathetic. Are you okay?
This is the worst day ever.
Don't worry. We're gonna
Oh.
we're gonna get you out of here without being skinned. It's okay.
Mostly.
I think
got a
you
pretty
guys are
dress.
forgetting I'm constantly having to tase myself.
Did we
Harlot,
get
do
a
you
beat
have
on
an
what she
antidote?
used on Ellie?
Yeah, so she lifts up her dress, and
Ooh.
on her stomach, you see there's a little bit of flesh that can open up and injects a needle of liquid. It's just kind of like a sleepy concoction, something to knock out usually like goats and stuff.
So she's giving goofy coladas to her stomach?
Yep.
Today really is the worst day.
Misty, can you use that, and is there a way to counteract it? Find out what it is, so that way this poor young lady doesn't have to keep zapping herself.
I can definitely try.
Excellent. All right. So for this is using your emergency neopharmacology, which is perfect. So let's see what we got here. All right. So for this, you can get one success with this, and then you'll have to take a breather to refill your deck. So you do looking over the concoction and tactically figuring out what it is, are able to make a small kind of counter agent that you can inject into Ellie. You can also make it into a pill if you'd like, but it's up to you.
Whatever's easier and faster, because we want her to stop
Syringe.
electrocuting herself.
Yeah,
Quick and
you got a
dirty. Let's
syringe.
do it.
Yep.
Sorry, it's got to be another needle, but it'll counteract it. So hold your breath.
So you inject this into Ellie, and Ellie, you wake up. It's like you got a shot of adrenaline just pumping through you. You know, you're no longer tired. You're the opposite. You're ready to go.
Okay, guys, we got this. Let's go. Rhinor, you have the thermal imaging thing. Look around, see if you can see people wherever they're gonna go. Maybe we can get and see if this thing can lead us to the place.
Okay. And Rhinor will do that because he's afraid that she's going to have a heart attack if he doesn't do what she says.
Yeah.
You know when you can hear your pulse? That's really fun, isn't it?
She's like
Everything's
constantly
fine.
biting down on the tooth now just for fun.
So I will use the imaging. I'll look around, see if I can find anything beyond that, like something where, like, yeah, because I don't know how many different kind of sites you threw in that bad boy, but
Yeah.
It's like an
so
optician's
so
thing, it just
using-
keeps going.
yeah, you went extra
Yeah.
on it. You went extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I feel like there's one like just picture, like one of those like little things you go and then like one image just shows up like of a random thing, and you're like, this doesn't help. Just go.
Yeah, one of them's like a kaleidoscope.
go, and it's a picture of her like making it like. And it's like, I don't know what.
Yeah. It's like, this
You
isn't
go
helpful.
through all
This
these
doesn't-
different
this doesn't
visions,
let
and
me
then there's
see.
Ellie.
Yeah. So using thermal, you can tell that there's a mechanism by which you can pass through these constructs into the tunnel right behind them. They seem to be kind of a part of the building itself, not really activated, but just corpses tied to the building. Just down below, there are several heat signatures, about 10 of them, surrounding two very large heat signatures.
All right, if we go down this way, there's a few people down here, and there's two people probably fighting in the middle right now. So let's all look like we belong. This is a normal day for us. Nothing new. Ellie, walk.
Also, our fourth raid with really life unicorn.
What?
Whoop, whoop.
Woohoo!
Welcome to the tactical party.
The tactical party where everything is
Yes.
tactical.
So tactical.
We are super
Yeah, Ellie.
tactical here.
Ellie, following Rhinor's orders, is gonna go to the back because she's like,
Yeah. And on the way down, he'll say, Misty, you're the leader. At this point, Dario, pretend to be the suitor or some kind. Ellie is in no condition to pretend to be anything at this point. And
I can
we
do
all
everything.
take a look back at Ellie and wonder where we went so very wrong. And
So very wrong.
Oh, Ellie. So yeah, the constructs part bits of their chest cavity opening up to reveal a door of bone. As you guys go down a black marble staircase, you can hear hoo, 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 just kind of like these teeth, yeah. And it erupts into a low ceiling room that kind of extends for long time. You don't even see the walls. Dark black marble columns, 4 of them surround 2 individuals, one of which is a very tall thing. It looks like someone has scraped together 2 legs on top of each other, almost Slender Man-like, with arms grating with sharp claws on the bottom of the black marble, cutting deep indentions into it, each one almost scythe-like. The jaw is extended out to about human size, with teeth that kind of move like little saw motors, and a long tongue extending from it with a silver tip at the end, which seems to lash out like a whip. The other one is a very bulbous and large construct. Each of its hands are kind of like 2 little claws, which seem to reach out, the bone kind of dislocating from its shoulder and reaching out to try to slash at this thing, crashing and smashing through part of the black marble. It rolls around, tiny little hands on each part of its body, which let it just kind of move about and crawl on the walls and the ceiling as it does, in this kind of dance of death between these 2 constructs. Around them, everyone is dressed in black, almost like attending a funeral, well dressed and looking at this dance. Blood is littering the floor, and you see several other constructs impaled and smashed into the ceiling above, blood dripping from their orifices onto the ground.
This is definitely not regulation.
Over
this is
comms,
totally
so you won't
illegal.
hear it. Yeah.
Yes,
over comms,
very
not
much
coming
so.
Not coming out. He'll say, everybody, yeah, this is not okay. I'm sure. Sorry if some of you are a little squeamish, but just soldier up here, keep calm, and let's move forward.
Let's see what we can find out.
Well, isn't our job done? And it didn't done. Now they wanted to know where they were, and we found them, so we can go home. Right?
We need more information.
Oh. Okay.
So
Yeah,
this is
the
happening
golden-
in front of us, right? Like
Yes, exactly.
We're-
And
this is like a small arena or like a small pit that this is happening in.
It's almost like a basement made of black marble with black columns, and there doesn't seem an end to it. You have no idea how long this chamber goes or how vast this underneath mansion part is. There's just dark shadows around, and only torches which align this column reveal the surrounding area and the funeral like attendees. One of them does, because Misty, you brought the golden lady, right?
Is the golden lady with us, or did we just leave her there?
It's up to you guys.
No, I think
What
we
do you
took her because when I reprogrammed her to
Yep.
tell us everything and obey my orders.
Well, you did say
Yeah.
that she was to show you too, to show you where this place was. So
Yeah, she moves beautifully, not like a construct at all. Whoever programmed her was magnificent, perfect, Misty. As she looks over at a gentleman with a goatee and a black haircut short, wearing a black suit, staring out at the visceral carnage above as the bulbous one slashes and takes part of the leg. The leg flies over, smashes into the column right next to you, Misty. The bone shattering and a little bit of blood shooting out and covering the face of both Ellie, Dario, and Misty.
I'm traumatized.
The Golden Lady says, "That man over there is the one who wanted me to bring Ellie."
I'm looking in that direction immediately. What is this son of a bitch? I mean, what does this kind of gentleman look like?
Yeah, he's wearing a black suit with black tie, goatee, and black short haircut that kind of parted to the side.
is he like
I hate
seated in some sort of chair or?
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't really stand out from the others, though he is very much a part of the group.
So what do we do with him?
Well,
What did he? Yeah, what are we gonna do? He wanted her for her skin, so I really feel like this may be a bad time to bring her over.
most definitely.
And
just a quick
Misty
question.
flying. Uh-huh, shoot.
Sorry, how many of us are wearing black? Rhinor's wearing black.
Rhinor is Misty and Ellie are not.
Okay.
Dario,
Is there
are you wearing
anything
black?
nearby?
Yeah, I have the military-esque garb is black,
Mhm.
and then the overcoat is like a.
Yeah. Little cape, cool thing.
It's like a pea coat, basically.
Yeah.
Is there anything nearby that we could potentially put on that is black that we could try and blend in a bit more? Considering everyone here is wearing black.
Let's do another luck
I'd like to hear
roll.
how you're making the 10 to 11 foot mech blend in more.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're wearing black, so you're fine. You're wearing black, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Everyone else is wearing black. We're not. We're in colors.
No, you are. You're wearing you still have the black jacket from
Oh yeah, you do
Rhinor's
have
operator.
yeah. If you'd like.
Oh,
to
okay.
say
Well,
that.
then Misty, sorry, you're screwed.
I blend in with the gold harlot, so now we're twinsies. Yay!
Yay!
All right, so I'll quick make sure that the jacket is like fully covering me, so it's I look as if I'm wearing black.
Excellent.
And
How do
we'll
we want to
Guess
approach
we'll-
this?
Do you know?
do we just try it in and pretend we just belong, or?
Mm-hmm.
We have a woman with us that wanted your skin and was supposed to bring you to a man. We have an 11-foot mech, a guy in military garb, and the two of you. I don't think there's much we can do at this point to actually fit in. At this point, we might as well just ride with what we got. And if shit goes sideways,
Ride or die.
get behind the big guy.
Okay, well, I mean, we think this operation is run by that wealthy family, right? That wanted the girl to
Chafe.
get my skin. So, I mean, don't we have the information we need unless we're going to want to try and talk to one of them or something? Or we could do like a citizen's arrest.
Let me
I don't
bring up
think
the
there's enough
document.
of
So inside the mech, I'm going to read the document so that way I can refresh exactly
Yeah.
what they wanted.
You're like, all you need is proof, something that they can act on, in order to make the arrest.
the
So,
golden woman.
yeah. So Rhinor will turn around and say, after reviewing the document, they need actionable evidence, something they can use. Meaning we need to
So
actually be able to pin this to them. We
There's a
can't
gold hole
exactly
in
have
here.
these eyes wide shut dungeons, you know. We can't say, "Oh, that's just theirs." We have to prove that it's theirs.
Well,
Well, can't we take her?
Rhino, your vision is literally feeding into my device. If we record it, if we can just get you to get a good vantage point and a viewpoint, show the people in the room, maybe see if you can get some faces in there, then we have some evidence.
I'm 11 feet tall. I have a great vantage point all the time.
Then be a
He's already
sentry.
there.
Just do a few back and forths.
And so,
Is
I'll
there a
start
way
looking at it.
that you could kind of connect that to the woman in gold and maybe get her to implicate him and get it recorded? And
You've
then
seen the
we
woman
could
that-
make.
Could I
She
take
reports-
the thing that...
She like reports back and says this happened. There was an issue. Get him to implicate himself, and then we just have to get her out. Or you can
Dario,
save the
you are a
footage.
genius. You're a genius.
I
Right
mean,
on. And she like does gimme hands at his helmet, like gimme.
He'll back away a little bit so nobody can see him, and he'll give the helmet over again.
Yeah.
All right, I will,
He's
if
now-
possible, take off the thing that I made earlier, if possible.
Yeah.
And I would give it to Misty and say, "Can you like put this, maybe under the skin so like it's not on show?"
I'm sorry. Under my skin.
No,
With
not yours,
nothing
not
to
yours.
numb
The
it.
gold lady.
Oh yeah, come here, bitch, and just.
And Brian will take his helmet back. Come here, bitch.
You like pop the eye out and just like shove in the thing and pop it back in.
Here, whore.
then you could like program her to go do the thing, and then yeah.
Yep, I program her to go do the thing and then just get back to me.
Alright, I will have it on my device and I'll be recording it, so I'll be using her as a CCTV system instead. So it will just be doing like a live feed and I'll be storing it on my phone. Okay, let's skedaddle.
Let's go.
Should we, at least one of us, stay behind and make sure that they don't just dismantle her for failing?
Well, that's still evidence enough if they do.
Yeah.
If you don't
We don't
care,
really
I don't.
care what
I'm just a
happens to 'em.
bodyguard. Let's go.
Does no one care for the
And the
golden
video
woman?
that she gets will be sufficient under
No.
the law.
The gold
We're
lady's
assuming
be
we'll be
dead, dude. The gold lady's
We
We
dead.
are assuming. There's an assumption that whatever she gathers will be enough.
All
She's
right.
So
trying
let's
to
hope
kill
she gets
Ellie.
enough
You're
where they
heading-
pop her head off like a pimple.
You guys are heading back upstairs to the party.
Bye.
Are you going back to dancing or are you just leaving the place?
I
Let's just
imagine as we're
Let's
leaving,
leave.
Ellie, high on adrenaline, is dancing as she's leaving.
Like,
And another raid! What
And
the
another
heck?
raid.
another raid! What is that? That's our 5th raid today.
Fifth raid
Thank
for
you,
the
Quest and
raid.
Chaos.
Awesome.
Welcome, Raiders.
Another party bus arrives. Yeah.
Yeah. welcome. Tonight is Tactical Night. We are playing Necrobiotic, which is my TTRPG, which is on the pre-launch page for the Kickstarter. Go check it out. Pow, 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 pow. So about your tactical retreat. Ellie is... Are you dancing the way they're dancing, or are you just dancing, like, through them? Because their way they're dancing is very, like, body to body.
I'm going, like, through them, but dancing, you know? Like a snake.
All right. Misty, how about
She's
you?
gonna
Rhinor's
thrill
on
her across the
outside,
floor.
walking around, but keeping in time with them. Like, so he's making sure that
Yeah.
even if she stops to suddenly do a rave, he stops, and he's the one furthest behind.
He stops and he does a rave.
Misty will have a hold of Ellie, but following.
Yeah, I'll bring up the rear because I'm gonna try to watch where we came from, and then just kind of meander through with them.
Yeah. As you guys are making your way to the exit, the door opens up. Before you all is the techno font you saw earlier. Staring at you, Rhinor.
So, and over the speaker, it'll say, "Nice to see another one. What can I do for you?"
I think we're at odds. Should we take it outside, or will there be casualties?
Describe the odds and we'll make a decision. I don't see how I've wronged you, and I don't see how you've wronged me.
It seems like you were attempting to hurt my mark.
I'm attempting to hurt your mark. I am protecting two young ladies. So I have no intention of hurting anyone unless they hurt them.
Well, I'm to bring this one, and she looks at Ellie, to the master of the house.
Then we are at odds.
So, our dance will continue, inside or outside, which is your pleasure.
Can I ask why?
And he
Well,
just
let's
stares
see.
at
The only way I'm
Rhinor.
going, and I'm look, yeah. So, and it's the only way I'm going outside is if she's with me, and I think that's also against your best interest, isn't it?
No, I don't think it
Well,
is.
we could always
I
go
think
outside where there's more room to, like, get
us
away.
being men of violence and honor, we know that if we want to accomplish our goal, the other must die.
Yep.
Knowing
But
that,
none of these
I'm
people
satisfied.
need to.
Then let's go outside.
Excellent. And like the armor kind of just past the constructs near the woman with the statuesque woman, well, the literal statue with the jug. Trying to word that in not an awkward way. I realized jug. Maybe I should have put maybe a pot. Pot would be better. Or yeah. Oh gosh. He takes a few paces towards you, Rhinor.
Yeah.
The hour's growing late. Should we do this in one take?
Sure.
All right. He kind of gets into a ready position, his powered arm grasping the hilt of the large sword on his back.
I'll do the same, though I'm reaching up the... so instead of reaching over top, I'm reaching down towards the bottom to pull out my axe.
And he looks over at Misty. You say when?
I say it. Why me?
Just say it.
It. Why don't you just not
God damn it, Rhinor. What company do you keep?
Wasn't my call. Hey, cat butt lady. No, I mean, hey, Ellie. say, Ellie. What is happening over
They
there?
have
Ellie.
cats here, guys.
It's like cats roaming around her.
There's
And then
so many cats here.
Ellie,
Ellie?
don't say anything. Don't give him
Say-
anything.
Say go at your mark.
Don't.
Just whenever you're ready, say go.
Don't do it. Don't
Okay.
say it.
Well, hold on a second. And just DM. This is
Mhm.
another tech node. Like, it's got a mech suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of my skills in Gears is remote control. Would it be possible for me to stall and then be able to hack potentially into this guy's mech?
Unfortunately, powered armors aren't because your tech is kind of from the past, and this is not the same tech. Doesn't work with this. There's no kind of remote
Okay.
control for the armor.
Alright,
It's kind of utilized. They work to amplify strength and to make someone more.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, in 5, 4, go. And I say it really quietly into my headpiece.
And over
3.
your headpiece, you're gonna hear it has to be out loud. This is about honor.
Go.
And so she says go. He comes up and he's not
she-
trying to kill you. He's trying to cut off the arm that's holding the sword.
Ooh,
She
nice.
says it very
Yeah, that
reluctantly.
arm kind of as he pulls off, you can see like the magnetic plates of the sword kind of connecting and forming a larger one than he is tall as it comes down and swoops. So how this will work, because this is steel, we are going to see who can get the most successes, and that wins the duel. Of course, you have
Okay.
martial arts, which this works,
Well,
so you
I was
get to
about to
play
say,
2
so-
cards.
I have my what does the Joker do?
Oh, so the Joker's like your super crit card. Like this is your ace
Okay,
in
so
the
I have the
hole.
Joker and I have 2 steel cards.
Yes.
Oh crap.
Yes.
Does that
I
count?
yes, the best I can do is 2.
Decapitated.
So yeah, you win this contest like hands down. This is you were prepared moment. So go ahead and describe what happens.
So as the plates are coming together, Rhinor will bring up his axe and just in front of him as he's pulling that sword and starting to come, like Rhinor's just gonna look in front of him and say, "Sorry," and just kind of spin the axe. As he spins it, the blades seem like they magnetically expand away from, making it a larger axe and slice through his arm. He'll reach, grab the staff that the axe is attached to, and if possible, will also grab the sword and say, "Take your life
Definitely.
and leave."
Yeah, you grab the sword. He kind of falls down, clutching his decapitated arm. Blood pouring out onto the ground. He pulls a kind of this large. It's basically a torch from his a pack and cauterizes it while like. You can see the sweat pouring down over his face as he uses the other arm to kind of lift him up.
Ellie goes to kick out the arm that he's using to help himself up.
so
Look, he wanted to like potentially kill Ellie, so she's like, "Stay down, stay down." She's hyped on adrenaline.
unfortunately, the techno armor is such a weight and density.
I
It's
stubbed
kind
my
of like
toe.
yeah, it's kicking a car and she's like, and he's like looking at you as he gets up and starts walking away.
Yeah, that's right. You
kind of
run.
gives Rhinor one more nod, before disappearing in the streets.
And so when he starts to nod and starts to walk away, Rhinor will now replace his axe, take the sword with two hands, and bury it deep into the ground, almost up to the crossguard, in the ground right outside where they fought. And Ellie, is she jumping around because she stubbed her toe? What's happening with that?
She's like holding her foot. She's like, "Yeah, you run." Tears start forming in her eyes.
If she lets him, he'll pick up Ellie and kind of put her on the shoulder of the mech, and then just start walking away.
Thank you.
Look, she just kicked that dude. That takes balls. It takes balls.
Yeah, she's like kicking a tank during war. Yeah, it's like fuck you tank and then kicking it. Yeah, like, did you just fucking cut? You kicked a tank?
Yeah, I did. I have nothing but pride. I don't know how to feel about this. It's nothing but pride.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you kind of slam the sword down, because fountain's right there, it hits a couple of pipes, so you see a little bit of water gushing out from the cracks. As you guys leave, evidence in hand, Ellie, you can see several audio and video files converting over to your little machine, victorious as it were. So, we're going to flash forward a couple of hours. You guys have, assumingly successful, a night free, a night to enjoy yourselves before you turn, or you guys have already turned in everything at the Citadel, got your stamps of approval. You're no longer conscripted and such. You're free to go out as you please with payment. What are each of you guys doing in your final moments this night? And we will start off with Ellie.
Ellie, knowing that the raid is probably going to happen on the house soon, is going to contact some animal help people to pick up all the cats that are at the mansion, and is going to sneak one and take one home with her. In epilogue fashion, is going to make a jetpack for the cat so it can fly wherever it wants to go.
And this is why technosophists are not respected in modern times. Jetpack
she'll probably head back to the cafe, honestly, like kind of somewhat traumatized but also unknowing of what to do next, and just kind of goes back, changes into her normal attire, tries to make it as nice as possible. She fell on the floor of a garden, so she's probably trying to clean out the stains, knowing that she has to return this dress. So she'll just be at the cafe trying to repair this dress as best as she can, honestly.
Excellent. Dario.
Dario goes back to a small apartment near the slums. Goes in, takes off his military garb, sits in a chair after pouring himself a drink, and starts filling out a report on everything that he witnessed, everything that he saw, and takes off his earpiece and puts it on the table in front of him. And the last thing that you see is him looking up from one of the reports he files. He looks at the radio, and for the first time, he smiles.
Aww. All right, Rhinor.
Rhinor will go back, stay there for a little bit while she's cleaning the dress, maybe have a coffee or a tea. Over the radio, he'll let everybody know, like, he'll give them some contact information, and then just let them know how to contact them. Over the secondary frequency, he'll let Ellie know that, she's still young, but if she's in trouble, to let him know. because some people are out. Some of us older guys are out there just looking for. We're looking for that wolf that's supposed to take us further.
That
And I
skin.
haven't found him yet.
Mhm.
That skin. Oh god.
She might need therapy.
She might.
Maybe.
No, I'm pretty traumatized by 95 years of shit. I can't help with that.
Yeah. You're done.
Can't help. And he would just leave.
All right.
He would just leave. He doesn't go back home. He doesn't have one. He's been retired for years. He kept the armor, and he's just looking for his last fight.
Oh hell yeah! All right, Misty.
Misty's gonna go back to the cafe, and she's gonna, if Ellie's still there, she's definitely gonna try to cozy up with Ellie and see if she's interested in going out on a real date where people don't try to steal her skin.
You
the
promise you won't
best
steal my
dates.
skin?
Absolutely will not steal your
Chicka-pow-pow.
skin. We could do other things with it, but I'm not gonna steal it.
There's so many things I wanted to say. I can't.
Ellie would agree to go on an outing with Misty.
Yeah, Misty would take Ellie out, and I guess you'll
Only
just
if
see it
there's-
closing as they're discussing plans on where to go and what to do.
Yeah. Only as long as skin is off the
Chicka-pow.
table.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some skin may be touching the table. Oh,
Ah!
tactically.
Tactically.
combat.
Tactically skin touching.
Oh man, perfect. Perfect.
Oh god, I just realized
From,
how traumatizing that would be. Just she's going on a
Yeah.
date with the person who reanimates the corpses. She's just been trying.
This is I was waiting for one of you two to realize that the woman that almost had her skin stolen decided to go on on a date with the woman that will reanimate her corpse.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh,
Misty
yeah,
will
so
so
most
basically,
like
do you
probably.
agree? No. Bludgeon, raise. You want to go now?
Yeah.
She will love you
It works.
forever and ever and ever.
and ever.
So as Rhinor kind of goes down the street, the sun slowly starting to set over the horizon, glinting off the windows as Ellie and Misty are enjoying coffee into the wee hours of the morning. The construct continuing to provide coffee, and Ellie no doubt stealing the whole carafe for herself. Dario enjoys a night of good detective work, something that doesn't happen often for the militia. Usually it's a thankless job, and sometimes you don't even know if you're doing the right thing. But across the street, on a building, we see a golden lady staring down at Ellie, a slight red glint to her eye, as well as a splattering of blood upon her cheek. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. And that's where we'll end it. Bum, bum, bum!
I will say I was terrified about that Joker. I was like, when I saw the Joker, I was in my hand. I was like, this is how I die. This is the bad card. This is
This
how I
is
die.
the one. But hey,
That's
See, I
obviously,
knew
right?
just enough that when he drew that Joker, I could tell how like frightened he was, but I was like, this is about to be the coolest thing that's gonna happen.
Ever. Oh my god, yes. All right, so we're gonna go around, say who you are, where we can find you, and what did you enjoy about the game. Yeah, and then we'll probably send off in raid Polish Cryptids, another streamer friend of mine. So we will start with the one, the only, the one whose skin you should try to take. I don't know if I can endorse that online. Panda.
Don't do it.
That might be a
It might be. Don't take anyone's skin.
You don't want my skin. I have eczema. You don't want it. It's not good.
Excellent.
I'm Cirque du Panda. You might have seen me in the chat a little bit. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff, and all on the same thing. And I had a really, really good time. I pretty much have just tried out this system. I had a great freaking time. And it was really fun using cards. Cards is like, I wasn't expecting to use cards instead of like dice and things like that, but it's actually a lot of fun, and it incorporates that like randomness element of like, oh, and it's so exciting. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's really fun. And honestly, I love the whole kind of the reanimation of corpses and that kind of thing. It's really interesting, a lot of fun. And I actually have a character that I've been meaning to play for ages that would fit an architect perfectly. So it is really good fun. Definitely. I mean, I've signed up for the Kickstarter notification for when it goes live. So all of you should too as well, because it's freaking awesome.
Do it. All right, going over to Dwarf.
Do it or we'll take your skin. Sorry, Dwarf.
Yes, we can say that, right? Yeah.
I am Dustbound Dwarf. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me in a couple of years when I'm a lot more stringy on OnlyFans, because I feel like there should be old sadness on OnlyFans, and I'm going to bring it.
If you do it, I will do it. All right. If we can have a co-op OnlyFans page. I am in all the way, Dwarf. You let me know.
That is well. Let's not talk about being in all the way while we're talking about OnlyFans. That's what I want to say. Yeah, it's important to know.
So let people will pay for it. I don't know.
But you can find me, like I said, you can find me on Twitch. You can also find me on Lawful Stupid on Sundays, and then randomly on Cirque du Panda's channel, where I'm either playing something with her or I am just a voice disembodied while she does things. That's it.
Excellent. Oh, what did you like?
Oh, what did I like? I like the actual classes or the roles, because I've been reading them over the whole time, trying to figure out what the hell I was doing. And I just like how different they all are. I mean, there is some overlap on some of their skills, which is cool, but it's really, if you go into a group with like, 2 of something, 3 of something, you're still, unlike a lot of systems, you're not at a disadvantage. You, even with a group of all architects or all one thing, you can easily have a great time and kind of either, depending if you're playing my class, you could steamroll everything, or you could reanimate it and spend your entire time reanimating Panda's skin for no reason.
Yeah. It sounds perfect.
So that's what I like.
Awesome.
I'm gonna
Chale.
have so many nightmares. Thanks, guys.
You are, yeah. Cat related.
Oh my god. I loved it. So I'm Chale, not a mimic. You can find me on Twitter. My home channel is Lawful Stupid RPG. You can see me there every Friday night. They're trying to rope me for some other games, so we'll see what happens. And then on Monday nights, I'm on the Onyx Path in the Weird West. As for yeah. Let's see. What did I like about the game? I love the world building. I love the concept of it. I think that's really, really, really interesting. And the cards, I love the cards instead of dice, just because, like Panda said, it brings like a little something extra to it, a little bit of randomness, and it's really interesting. So I had a lot of fun.
I always feel like Yu-Gi-Oh whenever I play cards, like the epic, like flipping the hand and like.
Yes.
Penny, you may love this, but back in the day, I actually played in the USA Mall Tour for Yu-Gi-Oh! I was actually one of the people in the booth that you would play against to earn a Millennium Puzzle or other prizes.
Oh my god, really?
I played a machine deck.
You would not be impressed, but I was the one who lost a tournament at Toys R Us.
That's fair. That is fair.
That was
very fair.
Fame? I don't know.
Well, I had a shiny Charizard, so screw you guys and your Yu-Gi-Ohs. I have Pokemon cards.
Oh my gosh. So nerdy. Pokemon.
I had
No.
ancient movie release.
Oh my
Don't
God.
judge me in my
I remember-
Exodia deck.
I remember the Pokemon cards, you gold cards you got from Burger King. Those were
Uh-huh.
the jam. Yep.
I
All right, before we get too far down nostalgia lane, Raine.
Yeah. You can find me here on Twitch at I'm Bring the Rain, on Twitter as well, and I'm trying to use both of those platforms a whole lot more. I got addicted to TikTok. I'm on there as an Inked Soul, which you can tune into that. I talk about games and stuff because if you haven't figured it out, I'm a huge nerd. Uh, what I really like about Necrobiotic is the mechanics. The cards allow you to sort of cheat fate, kind of like another game that uses models called Malifaux. And I like the fact that it incorporates hand management into what you're doing. So there's a lot less randomness and a lot more, hey, we need to work together because I only have these resources, which makes the roles you choose, like Dwarf was saying, that much more important. It's incredible when you get into it.
Heck yeah. All right.
And I
Slade,
used to
I'm
play
sad.
Yu-Gi-Oh too,
Figures.
so there's that.
Yu-Gi-Oh. One day we'll play again. I mean, I'm sad it has to end, but it does. But for everyone watching, please check out the Kickstarter. I'll post the link one more time before we head out. And oh no, we are rating
I
Polish
was gonna say
cryptids.
that's
So
not the right
definitely-
link. I don't.
Yeah, that is not the right link. But that's who we're rating. So
It
check
didn't
out
look
their
right.
stuff. But this is the Kickstarter. So feel free to check it out. Email notification and stuff, and check out my Twitter, Penny for a Tale, to check out art and new updates concerning the game. It has been amazing playing with these wonderful people. Everyone give them a round of applause. Flesh upon flesh.
I'll give you all a round of
Um,
applause. You guys were great.
Thanks for
Thank you,
inviting
especially
us
to
to
the
play.
viewers, for being here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like so many
Yes.
raids. It was awesome.
It was
Yeah,
freaking
we're gonna have to
cool.
bring
The
this
party
back.
buses wouldn't
Inviting me to
stop. It was
play.
amazing.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
really excited. I was sitting home all feeling sick and stuff. Like, yeah, I'll play a game.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it'll
Oh,
be
I
an
love these
hour
people.
or so. It's not going to be too long. We're good.
It's
He
forever.
laughs maniacally.
All
As
right,
Chale
everyone.
falls asleep.
Goodbye. Ciao.
Ciao.
All right, producer, take me away.
Now come back.